Let's see.
Posting it. Hey, friend. Are you coming on the camera? Okay.
I'm trying. I guess it looks so different from his phone, but okay.
Let me share the live out.
Looking kind of funny right there.
Hey, y'all. Share the live as y'all come in. Tap the screen as y'all come in.
Let's see how that works.
Oh, what you got there?
I was trying to do it. Won't let me put it up like in the little corner, I guess because I'm not hosting.
Oh,
But I was trying to put it in the little corner.
cute.
Man.
I want to share it. I want to share it from my backup page, but I need to go get my iPad to do it.
Hey, Stacy, let me see here.
Oh, that was a good show. I remember that.
Did it come up? I thought I saw Cedric's picture pop up on the box.
There you go.
Okay.
Who else is coming up here?
Now I can't see nobody coming up. I just see us.
Hey, boo.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Great.
Maybe my little
Trying to
headset
share
broke.
out the live. Not Cedric on camera. You still
I
sitting in the same
am.
spot? I love you.
Huh?
You still sitting in the same spot?
I'm sitting in the same spot. I got on FaceTime after I got
You
off.
got off your live.
Yeah.
So
And
how
I'm
does it feel
sitting.
to be back?
It felt good, you know. It felt better when I don't like being live by myself.
Why?
It
And
was
then I
like that
like
when I
then
started
I
too.
like to have topics. I like to have some topics but I
Yeah.
literally just sat down and went live because I didn't have nothing else to do.
Yeah. I think the more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get in doing it because people want to see you on live, Cedric.
Yeah, I used to
You
get a
know,
lot
people
of
are gonna come just looking for you, like, because they want to talk to you.
yeah. Sabrina said you do so well though. I'll try.
Hold on, I'm just trying to share share it out to make sure that we get the Health and Hustle podcast out onto the For You page because we don't really use our page as much. And the more you go live, the more reach you'll get, you know, the more profiles that your page will be showing up on. So if you, just speaking to you, Cedric, if you if you show up the way people want you to show up, I feel like your lives is gonna be like out of control because your perspective is just like I just love talking to you.
It's definitely different.
I love talking to you. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When we got off live the last time, my husband was like, "Y'all need to have him on y'all panel more often."
Where was he at?
He was driving. He's a truck driver. So when
Oh,
I'm on live, like he tunes in and like sometimes he mods or whatever. But he was like, your perspective, just hearing a man's perspective, he just enjoyed it. And he was like, that was refreshing seeing a man up for once. It's always every time I'm on live specifically, it's either me and Kima or we'll have a clinician or something, but we usually never have people in the community on our platforms. I know Kima does. I don't. Kima does. I had a bad experience, so my hand was burned. So I'm kind of like you when it comes to panels. I like for people to be up here with me, but when I'm on my platform, just because I can't control how people gonna respond, not that I want to control how people gonna respond, but I have a lot of people that come looking for education piece. They looking
we
for
need people with a little decorum.
yeah, and because I can't judge that, and because I had a bad experience with it, it scares me. But so I like that we can do it from the Health and Hustle podcast platform because it's a couple of us, it's a few of us, it's a lot of people that be on the panel. And I'm more comfortable with our community. When I first started, I didn't know nobody. So it was easy. It's easy to get burned when you don't know who the hell you're dealing with. But
Sabrina asked if we were going to download and cross post the last live.
Yes, we are. Girl, we was on live for 4 hours, Sabrina. So yeah, we will.
I feel like it was like 1:30 when I got off or when y'all got off, right?
Listen, that conversation was so good. And tonight we do have topics and some things that me and Kima have talked about. I want to start the live blazing.
Okay.
Blazing. And so, okay. So I want to talk about y'all. First of all, for the 31 people who are in the live, if you are not following anybody that is on the panel, please make sure that you are following everybody on the panel. If you want to come up, send an invite, honey, because this is, it's not just us now. Send an invite. This is the opportunity to come up and state your opinion on anything that we're talking about. Just keep it cute, y'all. Keep it respectful. I'm not into nobody being disrespected. I don't disrespect people, so I don't want nobody disrespecting anybody. As long as we can keep it cute and keep it like we're family, because we are family, and treat each other like we family, like we love one another, because we don't all have to agree to still, make our points with love, if that makes sense. So if you want to come up on the panel and to discuss the things that we're going to talk about tonight, you can. But for those of you who are tuning in and you're not familiar with the Health and Hustle podcast, you guys, the Health and Hustle podcast is essentially two nurses who have a passion for medicine and healing the community. And we like to do it through education because we feel like education empowers people to take care of themselves. And once they can take care of themselves, it bleeds down to the family, So that's what we're about. So not only do we talk about topics about health, but we also talk about things that are going on in the community. We talk about business things. We talk about a way you can grow your money. We talk about all kind of things. I'm gonna give Cedric the opportunity to come back on, but just to get the live started, the first topic I wanted to talk about to get it out the way is the meetup. I want to talk about the meetup. Okay, now my experience with the meetup was an amazing experience. I had a damn good time. So I'm very disheartened to hear that some people had issues, because at the event I felt like everybody did good. I felt, me personally, me looking at the time that was had, I felt like everybody had a ball. We all ate, we all drank, there was some dancing, there was picture taking, gift giving, a lot of hugs. I mean, it was an amazing freaking experience. So it just disheartens me to hear that somebody was there that felt differently, because but I can say this, I'm proud that if you felt it, you didn't display it. I'm so proud that you didn't do that, because like Tabitha Brown says, you go ahead and you go have you a blessed day. But if you don't go messing up somebody else's day. Whatever, however she says that. But I want to first say that Shannon threw an amazing event. I want it to be clear from my perspective. And everybody that was involved in organizing that event did a damn good job. I could not have done it. The food was good. The drinks was good. The interactive race car drive was good. It was just an amazing event. So, my hat goes off to anybody who contributed, anybody who had anything to do with that to make that happen, because it was huge, y'all. It was so elevated. It's like my type of event. I love to go to events like that. I got somewhere to park. I got somewhere to sit my ass down. I got me a good play, honey. I got me a good drink and some good conversation and some good company. Baby, I'll be there all day. So
yeah, I agree. I had a great time as well. So I was surprised that there was any kind of negative talk. Being in service organizations, we know we're going to get some type of feedback because we want it. We want it to get better. Year over year, you want it to get better. But I was like, am I in La La Land, or was I just on the wrong side of town? Because I didn't get that vibe. I mean, at all. I didn't recognize everybody, but at least I feel like I recognized 90% of the people that were present there. And I just felt like everybody was vibing. So I had a good time, which got me going to Dallas in October because I had such a great time.
yeah. Which you had planned on going. You had planned on going to Dallas.
I had an amazing time also. I don't know this individual. I think that she's probably a non-factor. And you're gonna always have somebody like that on the outside looking in to kind of try to screw things up, or to try to find some mess or whatever to blow in the mix. But there was none.
Yeah, I was so confused. Like I saw the video. I'm pretty sure everyone. Oh, somebody's asking to come up. Hold on, Tamika. Okay, so I saw the video that was posted, and the young lady was like, y'all, where is the tea? Y'all tell me the tea. And to me, as a grown woman, like, I feel like, we are adults. Now, this is my perception, Keisha. We are all adults. And I just feel like we've been a GLP-1 journey almost 4 years now. And like I said before, if there was any discourse going on, everybody held themselves very well. Everyone did. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. It didn't even give that vibe at all. And like I said, GOP1, we're a family, but not everybody in the family always get along, but we know how to act in public. And for me, for someone to come online and be like, where's the tea at? First of all, it's childish as hell to me. That's childish. I'm 49 years old, and to see that, I'm like, my God, like, when you speak to decorum, it's like decorum, like, dude, it's like, I've heard someone say before, like, where has the like, are you not embarrassed? Like, to me, and where your friends at? Because if I'm in public and I'm doing something like that, and it looks embarrassing, I would want my friends to say, friend, take that down. Like, that's not cool. Like, you know what I mean, friend? That, I understand what you're saying, but this is not the place for it. And I say that because people, it's like, when people be moving, I wonder, are you selfish? Like, are you moving selfishly or selflessly? You can always tell, because in this situation, this is an event for people who have battled obesity. Like, we've all been there. We know how that feels, to be in that situation, to be ridiculed, to be put down, to be left behind, to be isolated. You know what I mean? And so, to give an event of this stature to celebrate the wins, how could there be discourse? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how can you find discourse in that?
I don't think nobody told her any. Well, I feel that somebody told her about the event that weekend. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I feel like they told her what all went down the whole weekend, but they probably weren't saying it in a negative way. But she took all the information and flipped it around. That's how I feel. I don't feel like whoever said it, I don't feel they meant anything bad about it. They were just saying like, "Hey, this is what happened. We did this, this, that, and the third." And I feel like she just took her own stance to it. It was like, "Oh, I don't think I would like that." But you weren't there, so shut up.
And I don't even know I don't know if the young lady was there or not, but I just felt so bad for everyone who had put the event together, because when you work so hard to make something so big happen for so many people, and then for someone to say something negative about it, I can't imagine how Shannon feel. Or
That's why I made sure I commented on her post.
Same. Same.
Because what you're not going to do is come over here and no, you're not doing that.
And truth be told, yes, we've been around for a while, but I don't know or understand why there needed to be an announcement that I take brand, I take gray, I take compound. Like, so why was that the divide? Why was it stated that the divide was based on the medication that people take? Like, that was not even the intent and purposes. And truth be told, you never know what anybody is taking. Just because we're not talking about it publicly out loud doesn't mean we aren't aware of it or don't partake in it, So
And
I didn't
nobody
understand
asked me that question the whole weekend
that.
yeah.
because I don't.
That's the part I didn't understand. It was like someone was trying to create a divide. And I'm like, there were people in the comments that I know have vendors from overseas that are my friends, that we've been friends for a while. I commented on their post. I was like, what happened? Was something said I just did not miss? Because we all started on the brand $22, $25 coupon where we could get it. You understand? Now we might have migrated as time went on because we couldn't get our hands on it. But for the most part, most of us started the same way. You know, life took us different places based on your pocketbook, which is why it's very important to get with a company that you can afford the medication so that you can be compliant in your journey. But I
And
just
it's
think
no
that
judgment. I don't care what you take. As long as, baby, you are healthy, you know what you're doing, you've done your research. It's a judgment-free zone here, you know. So I don't know.
hey
I just wanted
Tamika.
to
Hey,
I just
y'all.
wanted to make
Hey, my favorite nurses. It's Keisha and Kim with the favorites. Hi, Cedric. Hello. I don't know you and haven't met you yet, but hopefully I'll meet
Hey,
you soon. I didn't mean to hit the button to come up, but I was just so excited to see both of y'all on here. Hopefully I'll see y'all in October. I could not make June work. It is the busiest month in my life of work. Every June, I can't get away from nothing. But I hope to see y'all. I'm excited. This journey has been 13 months in. This journey has been everything to me. I watched all of Keisha videos before I even got started. And it's just, then I found Kima videos and I was like, oh, it's real life. These are real people.
Yes,
And
girl.
my cousin called me and she said, you don't watch all Nurse Keisha videos? I said, yeah, and it's another nurse named Kima too. And baby, before you know it, I was on my way. Brand compound. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares, girl?
Who cares? If we picking up 5 boxes, 10, no boxes left behind. Vows and all. It don't even matter. Long
Yeah.
as you get what you need.
Yeah.
But I'm
Absolutely.
excited for y'all. I'm going to hop down. I can't wait to meet
baby.
y'all in real life. I'm going to be fangirling for real. Like,
Aw,
y'all are
that's so
amazing.
sweet, Booski.
Y'all are so amazing.
That's so
And I just can't wait to meet y'all in real life. I'm bringing the whole crew with me. Some of them in the chat, they actually sent me the live tonight. So
yes.
we'll be there
sweet.
once upon a meetup in Dallas.
Oh yes.
They ain't gonna know what to do with us because I'm coming early. I might come on Thursday.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tamika.
Nice to meet you too, Cedric. I'm on you, Keisha. Good night, Kima. Thank y'all.
Bye, baby.
Okay, so let me read some comments and listen, you guys. Please feel free to tap the invite, and you can come up and say whatever it is you feel like. You can say, you know, with respect to everybody, because I don't want, you know, this is not to disrespect anybody. We just keeping it real. We're all adults here. But let me read a couple of comments, and then Miss Living Now, we will get to you. Mike on the mission said, I had zero idea who took what. Jay said, I didn't have any access to the combo with anyone there. Sabrina said, at no point was access discussed. No. Robbie says, it takes a lot to host an event. It does. Tasha said, "There's no judgment zone." I saw your comments, Kima. She's saying that she did see that you had commented on the video. Robbie says, someone in my lives just told me they use gray. I wouldn't have known, and she welcomes them. I mean, you know, Candace says, hello to everyone. Let's see. Jay says med watching is like pocket watching. Where they do that at? And it's so true. Jay, I was just about to say that. I was about to say, like, I don't understand why when in communities and in families, like, I will never understand this. I had even made a post about jealousy and like being competitive with people. Like, if you know who you are and you know what you bring to the table, what are we competing about? Especially with this peptide, gray, compound, affiliate. Like, what's the competition? I swear, I don't know if I'm not scrolling enough. You know, I don't know, honey, if I don't come out the palace. Honey, she stay in the palace. I don't know if I don't come out the palace enough, but what are we competing for, y'all? What are we competing? I need to know, like, what are we competing for?
There is a side of TikTok that does do that.
Wow.
But yeah, I keep scrolling though.
Okay, so my FYP don't take me to that neighborhood. Thank you.
Mine either.
Yeah, I never make that neighborhood.
Mine either. You
I
know,
was clueless. Like,
I don't get it. You know, I've seen people, you know, and don't get me wrong, y'all. I done seen some stuff, but I just be thinking to myself like, damn, what's going on personally? You know what I mean? Because for me to have to beef with you, we got to be in love. Like we got to be, honey, we got to be friends. Like we got to really be. You have got to have like hurt my feelings in some kind. Like I don't understand that part. Cause
Sabrina just said about the telehealth drama, and I just said this on my live tonight. I said I'm not affiliated with anyone. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not interested. But what I do is I support you guys, and guess what I do? I send them to you guys.
Hmm.
You know, there's several people that come to me and talk about stuff, and I tell them like, hey, well, here's another option that you can do, and I have a friend that can maybe help you out. Let me give you their information. Just like Kima put up a flyer this week or sometime she put up some type of flyer, and I sent that flyer over to a friend. It's like, hey, this is a good person you can talk to and can maybe help you out and point you in the right directions.
Yeah.
that's what I say all the time. I support people. I don't care
Mhm.
who you're affiliated with. Like,
Yeah.
I support people. I could care less. You know, I was on live earlier today and somebody asked me about my skincare routine. So I was telling them. And they said, well, where do you get your GHKCU mix from? I said, send me a DM. And I sent them Keisha's link because I get it from Keisha. I said, my good sister, that I just need a link. That's where I get it from, you know? Literally.
Oh my
And be so
God.
thankful for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
You know, because the truth, somebody send the invite again, baby. I missed it. Because the truth is, y'all do know these companies are not paying us to beef with y'all.
Mm-mm.
They do not tell us to go out and beef with this person, this company, they don't pay us for that. And truth be told, I don't base my bills off no. Hold on, y'all, honey. Hold on, y'all. What's up? We're on live right now. Okay. So, you know, it's like, I don't know, y'all. I don't want to get petty. I mean, I don't want to get petty, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't. Am I too old? You know, I am 49. Like, I don't know what it is. I just don't. And it's not meant for me to understand. I just want it to stop. I do. I want it to stop because we have you know, God be using you for certain things, and you don't want to be you don't want to be the person that causes someone to turn their back on a community because it's messy over here. Because sometimes in people's lives, we the only people that really understand what the hell they going through, and if we can't get along and we understand, like,
Mhm.
it's like, I be thinking to myself, do people consider these things when they be up here? Like, what's your end goal?
Right. Because we have a greater purpose, you know, and that is to make sure that everyone gets access one
Right.
way or another, you know. Again, I preach 30 going 90. It has to be affordable for you to be compliant with your care. So you go wherever you got to go and do whatever it is that you must do. Because that's the priority, you know, a better quality of life by
Yeah.
any means necessary.
And if you have a platform, people are looking at you. People are watching you. They're watching how you move. They're watching how you handle conflict. They're watching how you problem solve. They're watching how they're watching you. And what is your legacy? I'm big on legacy. What is your legacy going to say in this space? How do you want to be viewed in this space? Do you want to be viewed as the person with the T? Because who is the person with the T? Don't nobody want to be affiliated. Like, they may come get the T from you, boo, but they don't really see you, like, they're not really seeing about you like that. Is that what you want? You know what I mean? Like, so I just wanted to stop. When it comes to the GOP1 community, I'm very protective, and I don't agree with everybody, the things that they say, but I'm not about to disrespect nobody. You're not going to see me disrespect nobody. And I'm not about to bring disrespect to their platform or to their program or to their event.
And that's probably why I'm not interested either, because I see all of that.
And I think that you would be a great affiliate for a company.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't know.
Hey Annette, how are you? Do you have something you want to add? Oh, you didn't mean to come up. Okay, she didn't mean to come up.
Okay. So that being said, Keisha and I were talking about, research grade over the pond, who's doing what, and
Oh, we're getting into it now.
I've just made an observation.
Okay.
because I do support. I support who supports me for sure. I'm tapping on screens and all the things.
I need to pull out my code words.
Yes, pull them
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Pull them out. Because what I have observed is that it seems like the men that are over across the pond versus the women that may be across the pond have better outcomes. And I want to know, is there something different that the men are doing that the women don't know? Like, how can the women get down? You understand what I'm saying? Because I see the transformation over there, honey. It's loud and proud. I can see it. But I don't really see it anywhere else. Even though I see people that say, hey, I'm getting my stuff across the pond, I don't see any changes. I don't see a difference. I don't see a difference between brand, compound, or whatever the heck they got going. I don't see anything. So I'm trying to figure out, what is it that the men may be doing that we women are not doing? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm just curious. Because they look good.
Okay. Hey, honey.
Hey, what's up, Health and Hustle podcast? It's going down.
Is there something that you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, I'm coming through Nashville, and I was listening to what Kima saying, and I think maybe men just move their bodies a little bit more. Their metabolism is a little bit more faster. We cut grass. We do a lot of stuff actively, maybe more than some women, not all. So maybe stuff that we do, we can get more active in not eating. Because when we're not eating, we sometimes we get active. We go play basketball. We do stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if we on GLP-1s, we gonna eat meat. We gonna eat some meat because that's a manly thing to do. We gonna eat chicken, or eat a steak, or eat a pork chop before we eat macaroni, before we eat potatoes. We'll stop and grab a 6-piece wing, or we'll stop and let me just get them 2 pork chops right there. You know what I mean? Because that's how I move when I'm on my GLP-1. If I want to eat a little something, I'm going to eat just the meat if I see it. I think that's what it is.
I agree.
So, I agree with that too. I had actually made a post about it, and I had a young lady tell me that maybe it's because of our hormones, and then she also spoke to like perimenopause and menopause, and then I also had a man also say that men, honey, mute your phone, that men it's a possibility that men are more in the gym than women are in the gym. So that can possibly be the thing too. But I think what you're, correct me if I'm wrong, Kima, because we had a long conversation about this. And Cedric, I want to get your intake on this too. And then there's a comment in the chat. Mr. Let me see his name. Let me find his name.
Is it this comment I'm looking at now?
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead and read it. Because I'm looking for it.
What did it say?
About worshiping the vendors.
Oh, no.
Something about vendor worshiping.
I'll back too far.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Panama Red. Do you want to come up and explain what you meant by that? But I think, Kima, what you were saying is that there are a lot of females that are stacking a lot of things, and you're not seeing we're not seeing the results from that. So we talked about that as well. So go ahead, Cedric.
So me, and I don't know if you, I never counted calories. Not from the beginning to the end. Never counted calories. I didn't care to do so. I heard everybody saying count calories. I wasn't worried about that. I was just eating. I was just trying to eat.
Mhm.
I was prioritizing protein. Like I said, I eat. I'm real country, so I eat everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm from the backside of Alabama. Okay, very country. So I ate smoked neck bones. I ate turkey necks. Anything I could find in the freezer to put, I ate it.
Did you eat like my husband? Because like my husband was saying, he like a lot of protein, low carbs, real low carbs. Are you that person?
So my thing is though, when we go to the grocery store, we don't buy carbs. So just recently in the last year and a half, I have to prioritize in getting more carbs in because when I was doing leg day in the gym, I got to the point where I was about to puke or
You was burning through your
about to
energy.
fall out. Yeah, because I wasn't eating carbs. And I asked one of my friends, I was like, dang, I said, I feel so depleted after I leave the gym doing leg day. Like, 'cause sometimes I can be doing a rep and then I stand up and I feel like I can just fall out. And I don't like that feeling. So I was like, I need to figure out what's going on. So once I started eating carbs before I go to the gym, it went away. So I think sometimes we try to pay attention to too many small things. All right, let me do this perfect. Let me do that perfect. I didn't do any of that. I ate. Eat your food. Also, I prioritized weightlifting. When I first started out, I didn't do any cardio. None. It was like 6 months in before I really started doing cardio. 6 months to a year, probably. And now I can physically now enjoy running on the treadmill because your knees don't hurt as bad. But I think with the women, when they first get into the gym or when they decide to get into the gym, they go straight to the treadmill. They walk for 3 miles, but that's not going to help being on these MEDs. That's not going to help it out. You got to pick up some weights. And I hear women say all the time, I don't want to look bulky. I don't want a whole bunch of muscle. I don't want to look like you. I just I want to keep my figure and my this and that. I said, listen, if you're on the MEDs, it's not even just being on those, but you need to prioritize weight lifting. And I understand walking into the gym can be a little intimidating. Okay. I get that. And like we was talking earlier tonight on a live, when you get on the treadmill, look at what the other people are doing. Like when I'm out there working out, doing stuff, I'm pretty sure somebody's over there looking at me of what I'm doing and how I'm doing things. Just look. And then the next week or so, maybe you'll feel comfortable enough, like, all right, I'm gonna do exactly what that guy did or that woman did last week to work on this. Also, like Planet Fitness, they got a little QR code that you can scan. And a lot of people don't want to feel like they're in the gym and they don't know what they're doing. They don't like that. Like you feel like everybody's looking at you, right? Because
Yeah.
I felt like that
Yes.
on the stair stepper. Y'all, it's not for me. Stair stepper is not for me. Okay, I'll leave it for y'all soldiers out there. It's not for me. Because when I get on it, even if I get on it right now, I feel like I just got into the gym when I get on the stairs. Because I feel like everybody watching me and judging me because I'm only gonna stay on here about 2 minutes, and I'm getting off. Like, no, this is not for me. But yeah, just we need to prioritize weightlifting. Weightlifting is very, very important. And eat,
Yeah.
eat your food.
Oh Lord. So that made me nervous because go ahead, honey. Go ahead, babe.
If I could just chime in real quick, I know I probably got a little noise coming around on the truck. But how you doing, Sid? My bad.
I'm good. How are
Hey,
you?
Kima. I'm doing great, man. Hey, Kima. Hey, baby. My bad. This week's you. But like men, we gonna sweat a little bit on our jobs and just doing different things. The ladies tend to have the jobs they're in the office or they're working at register, stuff like that. You know, it's just it's extra with the men because of the stuff we're doing. Like I said, we're doing like you say, going to the gym, doing weights. And I second that when you're talking about the carbs, because I wasn't eating carbs when I went in the gym, man. I went in there and hurt myself. Like I was still playing
Just about
football,
to
going
tell
to the
that
gym,
story.
and I wasn't eating carbs. And I you just helped me because I started eating carbs, but I never went back to the gym to try it yet. But you just let me know that that works better. I appreciate that.
Yeah, carbs is and I don't really like carbs. Like, it's just when I go to the grocery store, and I love to cook. I'm a
Yeah.
cooker, but carbs is something that I don't really buy like that.
Hmm.
It's just something that we don't really eat.
Yeah.
I don't need no rice. I don't need none of that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't need that.
I can eat it, but I don't have to have it. I can do
But
without it.
a lot of times in dieting, I don't know if I can say that or not, but doing that, we don't need to do that. And I need you to throw that out the window when coming over here.
Hmm.
When you're on the MEDs, get away from all of that. You need to eat. Eat, eat, eat.
Hmm.
I was eating four times a day.
Wow. So how often do you work out, Cedric?
Like 4 times a week. Not a whole lot. Mm-mm. Because this is another thing. And I heard Kima, you said this today. You said you was working out like six days way back then. Rest is a big important factor. Your body got to get rest. And I got on Zeppy, and the reason why I got on Zeppy is because my insurance covered it for sleep apnea. And I learned that through y'all, right? In my beginning phase, back then, before I started, I was already on here doing my work, listening to it all, y'all. Kim, Shannon, everybody. And I was doing my homework. I was like, okay, what's these codes y'all be using? This stuff. I was okay. That's why I don't be understanding, because I told you I'm real blunt. So I don't like people who don't do their homework.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
these people got videos, they got things that'll help you every step of the way. Just do. Cedric's bullying me. Anyway, but do your homework, and they'll teach you. But anyways, I got on it for sleep apnea and got it covered. Because my doctor I was like, I'm working out, I'm doing all this stuff. I've been over here doing this for a year and I don't see nothing. And he was like, it's because you have sleep apnea.
Mm.
Your body's not resting. It's not getting the proper rest. And if your body's not getting the
Messes up your
proper rest,
metabolism.
everything is jacked up. Everything is messing up. Including, this is another thing with men. Men, get your hormones checked.
Mm.
The doctors, when you go and get your blood work done, you got this whole list of things that they check, right? But I bet you that's not on there. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to ask for it most of the time.
That's right.
But it's so important to get your hormones checked, because me, I was taking boosters. I was taking natural herbs and stuff from Africa, and all this stuff. And come to find out, it actually worked.
Mm-hmm.
It actually worked. And I got mine checked, and it was low, but it was still average, right? It was still okay. And I thought about it. I still feel like something ain't right. I don't like this number, but they're saying it's normal. And then I thought about it. I was like, shoot, I'm taking all these freaking supplements over here. I said, I need to get off these supplements and then go back in 2 months. I went back in 2 months. It was down like 100 from what it was before.
Ooh.
And so then he was like, oh, okay. They sent me to an endo. I had an endo just to make sure everything was good. And I got on testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
And that has, it had changed. It changes the game tremendously in the gym. It changes it up big time.
See, Cedric, that's why we need you guys in this space, because these are the type of things that we know as nurses, but the delivery,
Right.
you know what I mean? The delivery, even you saying that as a man saying that makes me as a nurse and an upcoming provider want to prioritize that for men, because it's like women, we talk so much openly about things that we need, especially hormone therapy. We talk openly about it like it ain't nothing, but you rarely hear men discuss stuff like this. Yeah.
And a lot of men's issues are that
Yeah.
you all snappy and moody, and it affects a lot of things. Just like I said, do your research, look up what low testosterone can do for a man.
Yeah.
And then, and the thing is though, it took a while for them to test me for it, because I felt different in the past. Before I started, the last 2 years, mentally, I felt different. Internally, I felt different. Like something was off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Physically, everything was perfectly fine. My doctor was like, you don't look like a person that's struggling.
Yeah.
You don't fit the description.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, I understand that. And I'm not having any type of issues anywhere else either. I said, but something's not clicking right.
Yeah.
It's different. I don't think the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a type of person. I'm not a worrier, right? I'm not a person that worry, but I felt more anxiety the past couple of years. I'm always in my head thinking about stuff. I was like, shoot, this is different. This is not me. I'm always cool, calm, and collected in the corner, chilling, right?
So now what's different? What's going on?
What is going on? Something ain't right.
Yeah.
And listen to your bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your internal thoughts. And I told him that, and he's like, well, we'll test it. But he was just like throwing me off. Like, dude, just do what I tell you to do. I done my research. The TikTok community didn't help me.
Yeah. And that's the power. That is the power of evidence, like evidence-based practice and clinical studies, and like getting the facts, like doing your own personal research, because not every clinician treats patients the same. Every clinician have their own way of practice, right? And the more you know about what's going on with you, or the more questions you ask, the more you push your clinicians to find the answers. They don't have a choice but to look for the answers. So if you're sitting there acting like everything is normal, because like he said, you don't fit the description, you do look like you have everything well put together. So if you don't say, well, no, I'm feeling more anxious lately, or, I'm indecisive lately, or I've been procrastinating a lot, or I've been sleeping more, or I'm having insomnia, like I used to be able to rest. I'm tossing and turning in my sleep. I'm having weird dreams. If you don't say stuff like that, you look like a healthy person. So your doctor is not going to pull nothing out of you, because When you go to doctor's office, you're just one patient that they're seeing that day. So they're specifically, that's why they ask you, what are you here for? So what brought you in today? You know what I mean? So they're
And I,
going to, go ahead, baby.
and I knew going into it, into the conversation, like I said, I do my research. Then I found out recently that you know how the doctor name and then their actual title, the letters at the end. So I was looking at that and I was like, why all these doctors got different?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't MD, it's
Deal.
Deal.
so then I went and looked. So some of them are herbal doctors, if I'm not like,
Holistic. Mm-hmm.
yeah, holistic
Mhm.
or different.
Epic.
And my doctor was that. So I was like, he not going.
He not into Western medicine.
He's not into none of this type of stuff I'm talking about. So I'm gonna have to convince him. I'm going in the gate already ready with my questions and my answers. Sir, this is what I need. Okay, I need you to check this, that, and the third.
Mhm. Yeah.
Listen,
Because these
my
doctors
husband,
are not going to, like you just said, they're not going to pull nothing out of you. It's up to you.
Yeah. You know, they're going to do their baseline, of course, you know, their baseline labs, annual labs that they're looking at, you know, but anything outside of that, you know, and I've always thought this in my practice as a nurse. Anytime a patient tell me they are feeling anything, I believe them. You know, now you may have a couple people that come in and, you know, they be seeking different things, but people are going to tell you what they feel, and they're going to tell you how intense the pain is. They're going to tell you where the pain is at. For example, I'm going to give you a really good example. I'm going to use myself. I fell 2 months ago, and I had been complaining of my hip. A couple days after I fell, I was having pain in my foot, pain in my hip. I went to the urgent care. I went to a spine specialist. They kept saying, it's your back, it's your back, it's your back. And I kept saying, y'all, I don't have pain in my back. I don't feel anything in my back. It's in my hip. My hip is hurting me so bad. They did so many tests on me. And then the last thing was my freaking hip, and it was my goddamn hip. I'm a nurse, and I'm telling them over and over again, an ER doctor, an urgent care doctor, a spine doctor, and it was my primary care who I finally had, you know, I'm like, I'm still having this pain, you know, it's not my back, and it was my hip. So it's like, if I wouldn't have kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and making it, well, I need this scan, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, baby, I know I would still be sitting up here in pain. Like, yes. Yeah. So, you know, the reason why, you know, we have Health and Hustle podcast, and the reason why Kima and we have such a great relationship as friends. We connected as nurses because, you know, the wanting of people to speak up, to advocate for themselves, and to advocate from yourself from knowledge, not just based off of something that you heard. We want to encourage people to read a little bit, go, you know, ask questions. Don't be scared of your doctor. That's your doctor. They work for you. Y'all know that, right? They work for you.
Also insurance.
mm-hmm.
Yes, don't be afraid to if you go to your doctor, you say, okay, this is happening to me, I feel this, and they say, oh well, no, if they brush you off, you're fired, god damn it. You got to go, because I'm telling you what's going on, you know. And because we do have, you know, unfortunately, you know, we do have some doctors who are overwhelmed in their practice. They see a lot of people, and they just trying to get everybody seen. And, you know, some things that may be minor to them, you know, like, you know, I fell. I didn't have no broken bones. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any broken bones. So, oh, where you fell, you're getting older, you're going to hurt more. No, mother, it ain't that. I know what a bruise feel like. This isn't a bruise. This is something more, you know? So it's like, and it's not, you know, it's not rude of you to challenge your doctor. You know, you are critically thinking for yourself. You are critically thinking and making them critically think, and to do more testing, because untreated inflammation turns into dangerous things. And some things inflammation can turn into that we cannot come back from, that if it was caught early, it could be all kind of things could be prevented. So, I just, hope that, when people look to Health and Hustle, Kima and I, Cedric, you too, that they are looking at advocates, you know what I mean? That are helping them view their own medical record more personally, and make people respect their medical records, and make their doctors do their jobs.
Mhm.
Jay the A says, I facilitate a class with PCPs and nurses on how to partner with patients required for VA-PC teams. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
The Tamika Michelle says, my friend just fired her doctor last week. Sometimes it have to happen, unfortunately. And it's not to disrespect all of their training and stuff like that. It's just,
Everybody
we
important.
yeah, all we getting all kind of diseases and stuff, and there's a lot of people who have been adopted. There's people who have family histories of things that they don't even realize that they have. We have things that run in our family that jump generations. So it's like, if you don't speak up for yourself, baby.
Absolutely. I spend a lot of time at work finding new providers for my patients. Um, Providers that they have had for years that will not prescribe medications that they believe they need, whether it's hormone replacement, and even when it came to nerve pain. For whatever reason, a lot of these providers are stuck on gabapentin. And I have, Lord God, I can't even count the number of patients that I have that have gabapentin prescribed 900 milligrams 4 times a day.
Okay.
What type of work are they going to be able to get done? I'm talking people that are still working. These are not retired people we're talking about. We're talking about people that high tech IT people going on their jobs, that have been prescribed to take 900 milligrams of gabapentin. Um, and when I bring up the idea, well, have we discussed Lyrica? Is that even an option?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't know about that. I said, but you have someone that's on their job that can't even function. Now they're in trouble on the job because they can't function because of you prescribing the 900 milligrams. They're trying to relieve themselves of the Lyrica. I think we need to adjust the care plan. I will not tell you how many doctors that I have gone toe to toe with as my patient's advocate. I almost live for it. When my patient gives me any kind of idea they're having a problem with a doctor, give me the name. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
Google what, find out what I need to find out, and I will take that responsibility on to ensure that my patients get what they need. And if they give me pushback as a clinician, I politely say, no worries. Let me just find my patient somebody else that will help them,
Mm-hmm.
improve their quality of life. When I say that, when I drop that line, then all of a sudden they can prescribe everything under the sun.
That's right. That's right.
No.
Yeah.
But I have patients that are really afraid to fire their providers.
Yeah.
Like, I've been with them for 20 years, Kim. Yeah, but you still got these same problems, and now you're
Mhm.
talking to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And one thing that I have been noticing in my lives, well, a lot of people's lives too, is certain questions that the public asks people that be on a panel. Like even me as a nurse of 25 years, Kima, with all your nursing expertise and all the licensures and master's degrees that you have, I feel like people need to know the difference between asking a nurse or an influencer a question as compared to a question that you need to be asking your clinician. Because even me as a nurse, I'm not a provider. So it's certain things that you guys will ask that, me as a nurse, I can't answer for you. Some of those questions and concerns that you guys have, I want you to be motivated and encouraged to ask those questions to your clinicians. Don't be afraid. Don't go to the office and just let them fast talk y'all. Tell them,
Right.
slow down. Wait a minute. I hear what you're saying, but I don't understand. Like if you say that, doc, I hear what you're saying, but I don't understand. That right there will slow them down. Because I've had a lot of patients to say, I don't know what they said. I've done had family members that said, I done went to the doctor today. Well, what they tell you? I didn't understand. So why didn't you tell them to slow down? It's like, so if I could tell y'all anything when y'all are in those doctor's offices and you feel like they're fast talking y'all, because sometimes they get like that, not on purpose. Some of them get a little complacent. I have even been complacent in my care as a nurse, assuming people know things, and sometimes you have to slow down, or you as the patient have to say, I hear what you're saying, but I promise you, I don't understand. And it'll make them talk to you on your level of understanding. Ms. J, the A says, I love RNs that nuck and buck for us. Thank you for advocating. You're welcome, baby. Vaughn says, this is Black Butterfly. She says, do your research. She says, call your insurance and ask questions. She says, you pay your insurance. That is so true. She says, there are so many services that are free. Thank you for the follow, Stacy. I see you, girl. The Tamika Michelle says, work alongside the patient. She says, my whole care team is solid. PCP, her NP, her endo, and her derm work together, which is
Yes.
great.
And I've been on I was on my parents for years to get a new doctor. And this happens in a lot of country towns.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have access like people do in the
Come
city.
on. Talk that talk.
So I watched them. My intuition tells me stuff. So I'm like, something ain't right. Y'all need to find a new doctor. I just kept telling her, you need to find a new doctor, This man is 80 years old. And I understood that they have to be qualified to give certain things and certain information, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not qualified for a lot of stuff. And they've been going for years to the same person, and they are dedicated. Y'all know those older parents. They go to the doctor, they not gonna miss their appointments. They are going every single time. They're gonna get blood work. They getting all this stuff done. Why is it there's nothing never wrong though?
Mm-hmm.
This is what he does to all of his patients. Every single patient is on metformin.
My God.
Every single one. I was like, something ain't right.
He got
Like,
standing orders. He got standing orders.
right? Yeah, and it's us. And I was telling them like, hey, y'all need to find a new doctor. But God has a way of coming in and making things shake up, right? So one day my dad was at work and he ended up, and he don't complain about stuff. He hurting. He's the one I'm type of that. He hurting, but he ain't finna complain about it. So he ended up getting off work and he went to the emergency room. He drove straight there. So he had something was wrong for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And went there. Everything was out of whack.
My God.
He was ended up being in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Mm-mm.
2 weeks. And so my mom right there beside him, trying to nurse him back. And all right, we got to change up this. We're changing up this. We're throwing this stuff out when we get to the house. We're doing this. We're changing up this. A1C is horrible. Terrible. Blood pressure, everything is horrible. But how is it that this ain't just happened today or in a month? Things like this don't just gradually happen. Okay? These things happen over time. And y'all go to the doctor, y'all appointments every single time. You don't miss. And so they never found anything. So end up, he got out. I'm trying not to make this long. He got out, and my mom was just changing stuff, helping him, doing this and all this stuff. And he ended up having an appointment in the different city that's closer. And it was a new doctor. And he was trying to get them to be their PCP. And he was telling my mom, like, yeah, and so she ended up, all right, let's make an appointment. Ended up making an appointment. She was in worse shape than he was.
Oh my God.
Worse. She over here worried about him, trying to get him. She's in worse shape than him. I said, listen, I've been telling y'all this for years. Get a new doctor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, our parents said once they, you know, they done had their doctor for 30 years, they, you know, they not going nowhere. So it's like
They're not
you have
going
to
anywhere.
advocate for them. You have to advocate. You got to help. You have to help. You have to advocate for them.
So they both have this new doctor. They've been with them for a year and a half now, year and a half. The doctors and nurses love them. You know why? Because they follow instructions.
Mhm.
My mom and my dad, the type of people, they're writing down everything. Morning and night, they taking sugar they the type they writing everything down and they bring it with them to their appointments like
I
they're
love
told.
patients like
But
that
people
too.
don't do that. People don't do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. But they do that. And their lab work has flipped to the other side now.
Wow.
And both of them have lost about at least 90 to 95 potatoes.
Mhm.
What?
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I try to I have to stay on them though. I have to, like I said, they don't know how to eat.
Mhm.
Like y'all can't eat pig feet every day and pork
Don't do
chops.
us. Don't do us.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I love it too.
Oh God.
But you can't eat it every day.
Oh God.
And you can't eat a bowl of cereal and think you done ate some breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Unless it's some protein and they not eating it. They eating, they eating cornflakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to piggyback on what you're saying, Cedric, my favorite aunt, my mother's sister, they had no children, but everyone goes to the same doctor. And during COVID, my aunt was adamant about not having the COVID injection. I'm like, okay, cool, no big deal. Well, finally it got down to it, and she's like, she's gonna have this injection. She went into the doctor because she had been feeling bad. Went in 2 days after leaving the doctor's office. They sent her home with a prescription for promethazine. She cardiac arrest and expired 2 days after being at the doctor's office. Which in my mind, I'm like, I just didn't quite understand because only thing she had was allergies. So it just didn't make any sense. So of course, when my mom calls me and I'm looking at the documentation from the doctor's office, her O2 saturation was 80%. You talking about 80% for someone, yes, she was in her 70s, but had no medical conditions, no diabetes,
Yeah.
no high
That's
blood pressure. The only thing that she was taking was a PRN allergy medication. And these jokers didn't even try to get her admitted to the hospital, didn't even administer and put oxygen on her to get her O2 sats up before they
wow.
sent her home. I said, nah, my aunt had made me beneficiary, which I did not know at the time. And I said, so y'all know I'm getting ready to sue this doctor, right?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, no,
Because
no, no,
normal is 92 and up, y'all. Normal is 92 and up. She was
no.
80.
80. 80 with no COPD, no emphysema. 80. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my parents were like, no, my mom, my dad, my stepdad, my uncle, grandma, everybody was like, no, Kima, that's Dr. So and so. He's the only doctor in this area. Don't do that. It's gonna
You
be
finna mess
public.
up
And
some, Q.
y'all about to shut it down but that's that small town. I
Yeah.
mean, one stoplight, small town. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when I looked at the record, I was disappointed because I said my aunt wasn't supposed to be gone. This is a mistake.
Yeah.
And if he is doing this to her,
Yeah.
who else is he doing it to? So I agree with that whole small time
Yeah.
town
It's worth
living
it to
where
drive an hour and a half to 2 hours away for your doctor's
it
appointment.
is. It is.
Okay. And like
It is.
now, my parents are in competition with blood work.
Oh
Their
God.
lab work now, they're in
Oh no,
competition.
no. I ain't trying to come up.
I love that.
Why you didn't want to come up?
No.
Oh, sorry, baby. Anytime I see the plus,
Take
I'm
me
letting
off.
y'all up.
Take me off.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
Thank you.
If y'all hit the plus, I know y'all probably tapping and accidentally tapping the plus. But when I see the plus, whoever hit the plus, I'm letting y'all up. So if y'all have anything to say in the comments, y'all go. Feel free to come up. Kima, did you see that Jay the Ace says that makes me so sad that that happened, and
Yeah.
Jay is also sad that that happened with your aunt.
Hmm. I was ready to nut and butt flip over tables, do all the things.
You about to have everybody in a mess in the time.
If but because I have that type of respect for my parents, even though I'm 47 years old, if my mother says don't do, I don't do.
Mhm.
You know, I'm still very obedient to my parents, even though I feel like I have the knowledge to take us to another level. If she says no, then I say okay, because she already know how far I'm gonna take it, and I'm going all the way. It's like
Yeah.
all the way for my auntie for TT. Oh yeah, we finna do it, but that's how they are, you know. And I'm thankful now that they also have doctors that are not in the area, so they have to drive to Savannah because my parents are in South Georgia, so it's going to be them going to Savannah and or Macon to see providers because that little small town thing
Mm-mm.
ain't here. They need so much help down there, which is one of the things I was telling my mom that I can even set up a practice down there and come down at least 3 days a week and be able to treat people in that area. And I know that treating us will take us, you know, help improve the quality of life
Yeah.
because right now they're not getting what they need. Because and something about small towns, at least in my little small town, baby, they'll box you out. You know, it's like you'll get boxed out. They won't let you come and set up no shop now. If you ain't from them parts, baby, you can't come down there and set up no shop.
Oh, that's one
You
of them
know,
small towns.
I'm trying to tell you, you are not about to take money out of their pockets, friends. You know, so
So,
but yeah.
Keisha, Kima, I actually came back up again because
Hey, mom.
I'm sorry. It's just, you know what? When the Holy Spirit hits you, you just have to be moved and just speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, even though I said I did want to speak, I think it behooves me to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be long. I'm just going to be very brief. And I just have to say this. Health and Hustle, guys. If y'all not tuning in, I need y'all to tune in to the Health and Hustle podcast. I would love to thank Keisha and Kima and the guest Cedric. We love you. And also my brother Wendell in the background driving and doing his thing. I just want to say tonight, I don't say much, but I just have to say it because my spirit is moving right now. And normally I'm asleep this time of night, but I just want to say that we need each other in this time and day right now more than anything. We need each other in all states, points, value, wherever we are in this time. We need each other. Men, king, I always say kings and queens.
Mm-hmm.
I like to address all my women and men as kings and queens. And women, we got to address our kings because they the kings, right? We
Mm-hmm.
want them to be the kings of our palace, right? So we have to address them as kings, right? They are the kings. Cedric, you are our king. Um, Mr. Dixon, you are our king right now on the piano right now. So we applaud you, we address you, and we love you right now. And right now we bless you, right? And I just want to say, Cedric, you say so many points tonight where a lot of men are not addressing what's going on in their health battle. And brother, keep doing what you're doing because I heard you tonight. Spreading the word and God is going to continue to overflow your cup.
Mm-hmm.
Your cup shall overflow, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Look, I'm down here in Orlando, Florida, in the countryside in Florida. I gotta tell Kima, I'm doing peanuts and some some peanuts this weekend with some smoked turkey wings and peanuts.
That sounds
Uh-huh.
good.
That's what I'm doing for my neighbor. She's turning 80 years old and have her own birthday party 2 blocks away in her own house, right? So that's what I'm bringing to her birthday party, some peanuts. I know Kima could appreciate that. Some
Yes, ma'am.
peanuts and some turkey wings in the peanuts that I'm making her, right? And then I'm
Mhm.
gonna have a fresh bouquet of flowers because I know my sister Keisha love flowers. So
Mhm.
I just have to say that, but I just love tonight that we're on a panel, that we're being with each other. My brother Wendell, he driving in the truck and we doing what he doing. And I don't say much, but I just want us to continue to hold on to God's unchanging hand because
Yes.
the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so
Right?
much.
Thank you for
Yes.
that
The,
word.
Thank you, Vaughn.
yes, the best is
Tell,
yet to come. And we have to
tell Robert I
continue
see what's up.
to I will. He sleep. He don't even know I'm on the phone. But the best is yet to come. And we're going to continue to encourage each other. And we're
Mhm.
going to be there for one another. Because you know what? I tell Keisha all the time, I'm going to hook her with Tyler Perry. It's coming up sooner or later. The best is yet to come. Kim, we see you in the background, girl. We got you.
Oh yeah.
And the best is yet to come. I love you guys. And just know, just hang on to these two nurses because right now you don't have too many nurses that I know could like reach out to you and just be a pillar upon the community and just share with you what you could do and how you could move your body and just have you, Cedric, coming upon and just sharing your wealth of, it ain't about who you flying with and where you get your medication from. It's about
Mhm.
education.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Learn what's going on. I'll just share this part. I'm in the pharmacy back end, and all I can tell you is that do your research, know what your insurance is giving you, file your appeals for your medication, see what's offered to you, and listen to Health and Hustle podcast. Because they're
Yeah.
not going to steer you wrong. They're not going to steer you wrong. These ladies are here to advocate for you and just make sure and know they're not going to steer you wrong. I love you guys and have a good night.
Love you
Love
too. Thank
you.
you.
Love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
How you hang up this phone?
Oh, I can do it, baby.
Okay, hang me up.
Okay. All right. That was very sweet.
Yes, I
Yes.
love that.
Yes,
Kima,
indeed.
Marquise don't know your ass on the phone either.
Hello. I got my headphones on.
My husband be up with me.
Y'all know my husband be going to bed with the chickens. Y'all know he be going to bed with the chickens.
Oh God.
Okay. I said, don't worry, honey. I'll put my headphones on so you just only hear my voice. I ain't gonna do too much. But and I think Vaughn, I thank you for that because we definitely come from a space of helping,
Mhm.
transparency. You know, we are two very passionate nurses about the
Mhm.
community and health overall. It doesn't just start or stop with GLPs, honey.
Right.
The conversations that we have with people in the community go way past just this particular medication.
Mhm.
So don't ever feel like you can't reach out or ask questions. You know, I have prepared a list of questions for my followers and patients to ask doctors. Do not be afraid. Let us empower you. And these are the questions that you need to ask about your condition. You know, so stop here and get your help. Get
Yeah.
refueled before you hit the doctor's office so that
Yeah.
you are prepared. You
Yeah.
know.
We
Now,
see y'all and boot y'all. And listen, and it's not to go in there like bullying your doctors. That's not what we're saying. We're just
that's right.
saying have conversations with them, help them help you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now we talked
This wealth,
about.
Health
Go
is
ahead, brother.
wealth.
That's right.
and I'm hustling right now, so I'm tuned in.
Big facts. Um, and we have such a long list of things, so I want to kind of double back on some.
Mm-mm.
Oh, here we go.
Look, grab your beverage, double back.
Cedric, your husband know you on the phone? Tell him I said hey.
He not
Hey,
here.
Oh,
okay, okay,
He flying. He working.
okay.
okay. So this, look, friends, we in a safe space, but this is what I want to know. because I see a lot of this like unboxing of meds from different vendors. So for the people in the hallway, because I know y'all out there, help me understand, why do we switch vendors so much? Is
Oh,
that because we out of product? The product ain't good? Got
yeah,
better prices? Like, what is that
yeah,
about? Because I see it happen frequently. Because now, trust and believe now. One thing I do, and I see an unboxing, I go to links in the bio because I see like 20 links for different people. So, why do we have various vendors? And why are we linked up with so many people, in regards to being able to get the resources that we need?
yeah. And this is an honest question because y'all know I'm just starting my research with peptides. Mostly inflammation peptides is what I am personally interested in researching. I have not thought to, well, I have thought to, and to treat myself, but I have, before I do anything, I have to have so much education, so much research. I got to read journals. I got to talk with doctors. It's so much stuff that I have to go through. I'm definitely waiting till after July 23rd and 24th when the FDA have their little meeting about all of the inflammatory peps. But
Mhm.
that's the honest question that we be talking to each other about. Like, what is up with all the vendors, and why does so many people have so many vendors in their bio and stuff like that? What is that about? Do you know, baby?
Because, honey, I'm curious. Anybody in the chat know? Um,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
the,
talking
the,
to.
the chat done got the chat saying crickets. It's crickets.
Oh God, that's who I'm talking
Because ain't nothing in my LINK.
to.
Oh no, because trust me, I done been around. I be
Okay,
because
so we
I
don't
am
know.
curious.
We don't
Yeah,
know what all of the vendors are.
we definitely. I don't know what it is about. You know.
And I'm like,
Um.
what's her name? Jay the Ace.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
just saying she's blessed to have everything covered through, VA. That's a blessing. And I've been blessed like that too, to get it covered through insurance.
That's a
It
damn good
is.
question
You
because
know. Yeah.
I honestly feel like, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly feel like a lot of people went to the gray side because of the money, because of the cost of things, and it's that's a scary situation to be in, to where you feel like you want a medication so bad that you willing to compromise because you know I guess because I'm not on that side and I don't know where they getting this stuff from, and I know how compounded pharmacies and how preservatives work, and all I hear about is like backwater and stuff like that. But I know preservatives play a part in this, but I don't hear nobody talking about the preservatives and stuff like that. So I'm like, well,
But
damn, like
there's a however with my statement too.
what's
However,
that?
comma.
However, comma.
However, comma. Y'all know I still
Oh
dabble
yeah,
and
Understood.
figure out what I want.
yeah.
But I've always used the same company.
Mhm.
And they are amazing.
Mhm.
Absolutely amazing. They do have their COA, right? Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
COA. Um, on every single thing. I've had no problems at all.
Mhm.
But it is because of the cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Because I went to a local place here, in Savannah, to
People.
get Tessa, I think. And I'm talking like this because on here you got to kind of,
Hmm. Hmm.
to get Tessa, and they sold me something, and it was reliable, but it was a 2 milligram vial. What am I gonna do with a 2 milligram vial? And then they tried to fix it up and say, "Oh, it was buy two get one free." That's not a sale.
See,
Yeah, I know that.
that's the type of stuff I don't understand. I don't understand because
You know how much you
I
gotta
guess I
take a
would have
day?
to know. I guess I would have to know the dosing. See, and that's the part. See, that's the
Yeah.
part that made me so nervous about this
Mhm.
whole situation. Is not, dosing is not common knowledge.
That's right.
No, it's
That's right.
not.
Concentration is not common knowledge,
That's
and
right.
I feel like TikTok. Well, I feel like people are trying to make it common knowledge, and it's
And it's
not.
not. That's right. Come on now.
So, when I be on live and they be asking me, well, how many units do you give of this and that? I'm like, well, what your doctor say? Because I don't know your concentration. I don't know you know what I'm saying? It's so many questions that I would have to know to be able to tell you if you're dosing right. And I still wouldn't be able to tell you that because that's the pharmacist specialty. It's so many things that go with that people aren't even
Yeah,
thinking about.
they don't
Not
think about it.
not to mention, if people would take the time and read like clinical studies and stuff like this, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget to say this. Hold on, let me open up my notes.
Dan, 1 second, Keisha. Dan, if
Uh-huh.
this is this Dan the man that I've been knowing from way back when? If so, can you come up so that you can talk? Because if this is Dan the man, I know you have some details that it ain't gonna do us no justice with you trying to type it in the chat. It would be better if you can come up on the panel.
Just press
Okay.
the invite if you want to come up.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
we'll
ahead,
be able to
Keisha.
help you
So,
with it.
I don't think people realize that with some of these PEPs, like there is angiogenesis is happening. That's where your body is growing more blood vessels. With angiogenesis can be good and bad. Angiogenesis can be good if it's treating inflammation or it's healing something. But if you have something malignant going on, you don't want angiogenesis feeding into that thing either. So it's like that's the part that scares me. And that's the part that's not common knowledge.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that scares me. That's why I got to know what the evidence say, how many people have been tested, how many animals have been tested, what are the results with these animals, how close are we to the FDA regulating compounded pharmacies? Because if a compounded pharmacy can dispense it, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? Because I know that these are physicians, these are pharmacists, they are reconstitute, it's different things that go on in that space. So
Yes.
I'm very
And that's
comfortable
a
with
lot
it.
of research, and people not doing that.
I'm telling you, it is. I read a lot.
Listen, one thing that we know, it's been said, if you want to keep something from an individual, put it in a book. Okay. So people come to TikTok relying on the creators to get all the information. And there's some things we don't have all the information about. We don't have the protocols. Because trust me, if I had the protocols and knew and could really provide that education, maybe I would. Um, but that takes me, Keisha, into people taking the peptides. Like I can see all these people take all these stacks. I see the peptides, lives and things of that sort. And they're taking all of these stacks. And so my question for the people that take all these multiple stacks, number one, what are you taking it for? And then what is it truly being researched for? Because I feel like some
It's
people
too.
take it thinking it's for one thing, but it's really being researched for something totally different. So are you
Yes.
helping yourself or are you hurting yourself? Is my thought.
Yes.
Is our question, I should say.
Yes. And do y'all remember the doctor? I want to say his name is Dr. Biotti, but his name is not Dr. Biotti. Dr. Biscotti.
Bayada. Is it Bayada? What that mean? I know
Body.
what you're talking about. Body Bayada. Listen,
Y'all
don't
know who
get
I'm
me
talking
talking
about,
about
Dr.
that.
Bugatti.
Because that's what I'm about to say, Bugatti. Baby, Bayada.
Listen,
Bayada.
they had
I'm gonna
done
I'm gonna
bullied
just
the.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, honey.
I'm gonna just say this from the end of time. people will nickel rig anything. You know, you might need a screw in the nut, but you'll put a Loctite on it if it's gonna work.
Yeah,
That's how people. That's how people think because they're gonna save money if it's gonna do the same thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's
Instead
not
of
always the best thing to do.
not in medicine for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, I knew Dan was gonna know the man name, Doctor
Yeah.
Body. Body. That's his name. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I promise you, I watched every one of that man freaking videos that he did on peptides. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Body take peptides, but it's certain peptides that causes the type of angiogenesis you do not want to be messing with. And that's the thing that scares me. When I be seeing all of these people stacking all of these, it's like a laundry list of things that people be stacking. And I'm like, now, baby, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you, come on, y'all. Like, and I just don't, I'm
I
baffled. I'm baffled.
I
Being a nurse, interested in PEPs,
hmm
having clinicians that take PEP. I know a lot of, listen, I'm learning so much in my research, just talking with doctors at the, at the hospital, just reading these things. Like I told Kim the other day, that BPC 157, that's one I'm very interested in. I had no idea that they've been using that for athletes for years, y'all. Better than 10 years. I had no idea that athletes were using this. Or that clinicians were using this to heal athletes, which is why they can get back on the field or whatever they're doing a lot faster because of these peptides, which is great, which is the amazing thing, which makes me think like, damn, if this stuff is working so good, why aren't there even more human studies done for it? And and with the people who are giving their reviews on how this stuff is making them feel, I believe them. Especially when it comes to the inflammation stuff. I've seen people who, use some things for obesity medicine and they get results. And I see the men going to the gym, like Cedric say, y'all working out, y'all doing these weightlifting, and I see it's working. First, I see some of the things that are working, but I also feel like all of these multiple stacking thing, like, what's that about?
Right. Marcia in the comments says Reggie Bush. Honey, I know Reggie Bush. You know what I'm saying? That's my era.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and I am someone that believes in BP 157 and TB 500 because I do have shoulder issues. And I share this with Keisha. Keisha and my husband. If anybody's gonna know anything I done tapped into, my God, today is going to be the two of them because somebody got to tell the story. Um, but because they both know how I am. Off the porch, here I go. Um, but she is right. These are peptides that have been around for years that we maybe have not really, been privy to, didn't know about. That I believe are very helpful. I am excited that they are on the list for being approved for commercial, the pharmacies to be able to prescribe. Like I'm really excited
Me too.
about that, and I think that more people will come out to discuss, why they take it, that they have been taking it for whatever reason. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to be healthy. That's the goal. We all just want to be healthy, living our best lives. Because I'm almost 50 years old, but I am not the same 50-year-old that my mother was when my mother was 50. We're not the same.
Right.
You know, the 50, 47 is like 30, 35. Like, that's what it's given. But so I am curious, which is why we are bringing this up in the conversation because, yeah, we want to know the difference between this vendor, the next vendor, U.S. vendor versus the across the pond vendor, like, because I don't know that. But what I do know is there's a handful of people that I have met in this community that I trust that show me the documentation that I need to see to feel comfortable. But that's just me, because where I am comfortable, Keisha and I talk about it, but Keisha's level of comfortability varies from mine. Because again, Kima jumped clear off that porch. Um, but Keisha's way is definitely the safest way. Okay, let me say that.
No more shortcuts, y'all. Y'all come into the community and get the real way of treatment
Yes,
without nickel rigging stuff.
yes.
But
Don't ride your
listen,
dummy tire to work for 2 weeks. Just go get you a new tire, please.
Come on, Larry. That's double time.
You're taking a risk with that dummy
Yeah,
tire.
yeah.
but listen, at the
All it
same
is.
time, at the same time, we must acknowledge that people have real issues as well, and they are just trying to get a resolve. So, I definitely understand that, which is why whenever I am talking about something or advertising something or whatever, I always say, y'all, if it's not on sale, don't buy it. If or get the cheapest version, or like people say, well, what kind of collagen peptides? We're talking about vitamins. Which collagen peptides are the best? It doesn't matter. You can get the Walmart brand because collagen peptides are collagen peptides. I'm always going to tell you the cheapest way to get whatever it is that you're going to get. But when I am educating, I never give influence. I always give the facts. I'm going to give you the fact and I'm going to let you make your own educated decision based off of the facts. And also, and I've told you to this personally, Cedric, it's some things that I do not talk publicly about because it's not public business. Like, a lot of us say things, and and the reason why I don't tell everything that I do, first of all, I'm a nurse. I have a license to protect, and I also have to protect the public. And everything that I do is not made for me to influence. It's not made for me to influence. So as a nurse and an educator and an advocate of the public, I have to be mindful of what I say, how I say it, and what I influence, because not everybody have the like that doctor said, the understanding of pathology. Even though we all had science, we all had chemistry in high school, we all did biology, we all some of
Yeah,
us have
we
had
definitely
some
accept everything
college
else we
science or
do.
whatever.
Hmm.
Our Not everybody's level of understanding or perception or comprehension of science is the same. And so
Hmm.
when I am speaking to the person who knows nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So I try to speak on that level. So if you know more, you know more, but I'm not going to give you something, I'm not going to influence you to do something that I know you have zero knowledge of the consequences of it. You won't be able to manage certain things that I do the way I can with my
Hmm.
expertise at your house. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to be very
Yeah,
careful.
you're very strategic on your lives.
Oh,
You
baby,
you do it very well. You're so careful.
I am.
You take your
Hmm.
time, explain. And
Yeah.
if you don't know something, you be like, okay, but let's ask whatever you be doing. That
Trudy,
Trudy.
Trudy.
that's a good. You be like, that's a good question. Let me
Oh yeah, because if I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you because I
Yeah.
don't know everything. I don't know
Yeah.
what the evidence says about stuff, but we finna find out. You
But I
Yeah.
know,
We
love
can.
when a person around me say, you know what, I don't know. But if somebody that always says they know everything, okay,
baby.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm quick to tell you, I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. And
yeah.
what I do know is I can put you in contact with somebody that can help you. I bet you
Hmm.
that. Because
Dan.
everything doesn't start and stop here. Honey, I got a network. I can reach out and touch somebody, for
That's
whatever it
me,
is that you're
Kima.
looking for. Yeah.
I don't know everything. I know some things, but I know this. If you
Yes, ma'am.
hustle, you can afford to get healthy.
Hmm.
And if you keep getting healthy, you can keep hustling.
That's
Yeah,
good.
honey, baby,
You,
Right.
play on the words, boo.
That's
you
right.
can you
Right.
can you can get what you need the right way.
Yeah. Dan says
That's
most of these peptide creators don't know anything about peps. They just do it to make moolah, and they lie. You see? You see? That's why I
That's right.
said I tell this to my community all the time. I don't care what I tell y'all or what I say to y'all. You always have to go through your provider. no matter what you heard me say, you go do your research and you go tell your provider what I said. And then that way you can have, because my perception is based upon my clinical experience, it's based upon my personal experience only. I don't know you. I don't know your medical history. I don't know what medications you're on. I don't know your family history. I don't know what you're allergic to. You understand what I'm saying? So when you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you what the evidence says, and then I expect for you to do your research on that topic, and then go back to the person that takes care of you, that knows you, to get your final answer.
And I'm very careful when I talk about growth hormone.
Mm.
That's very important because some people ask me about, test is a big one, right? That's a big
Mm.
one.
Oh yeah.
That it works. Okay, I know it works. But I also don't tell a lot of people because I don't want it to get misconstrued out there
Yes.
because it's a growth hormone, and I don't know what's your genes, what's in your family background, medical
Right.
history.
That's right.
I don't know if you have any cancerous cells in your body because that could cause those things to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about this too. You probably know if I was listening today, Keisha. I was actually doing so. Sometimes when I'm on live, I'm actually doing something else, and I'm just listening.
Mm-hmm.
And you was talking about fibroids, and I was like, "Oh wow, I never even thought about fibroids.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that could affect. It may or may not, but it's something to think about or to ask your PCP about.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
learned that from reading research articles.
yeah, but I just never
On
thought of
Yeah.
fibroids.
And also because Kima had, her situation, that's her story to tell. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's fibroids are smooth muscle benign tumors. Some of them, some women have issues with them. Some fibroids, it don't even bother you. You don't even know you have them until your doctor's ultrasounding you or testing you, trying to have a baby, something like that. And then we find it. And growth hormone is growth hormone. It grows tissue, whether it's benign or malignant. And that's one of the things that could possibly be an issue for some women. And look, I love that Dan put this in the chat, because Dan, I promise you, about 25 minutes ago, when I was talking about people like 15, all of these big long laundry list of peps, Dan says most of these peps are just placebo effect. I was thinking, I wonder if these people are taking this, and because they want it to work, they're feeling better. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing.
That's right. It is.
I would know. I don't take that man. I'm not like 2 or 3. That's it.
Hey, I know what worked for me, and it's been working what for the
Yeah.
last 2 years. You
And listen,
understand? Like,
we're not talking about Tessa Moreland, because we know Tessa
yep.
Moreland is growth
Oh yeah,
hormone.
yeah.
We
It's
know,
cool.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's some things that we know, but it's some of them peps out there. It's just not enough clinical studies. Is not enough evidence. Is not enough human trials done.
Yep.
To be able to make those definitive. Um, to establish validity.
And I see what you're saying, Dan. He said these creators are the top ones making between 30 to 60K a month. And it's good for them.
Ooh,
One thing I don't knock is a hustle. Because again,
yeah,
this is health and hustle.
that's
We
right.
have we don't knock any of that. But
Yeah.
Kima as a clinician and Kima as someone that understands her purpose in life, I'm only going to share what I know works. I don't learn where it come from, but I just know this is work, is healthy for you, and this is something you can do. It's never been about the money for me. It's
Mhm.
never.
Yeah.
I could do this. It's for free. I could give this information for free
Yeah.
because my joy is seeing someone has, reached their goal.
Hmm.
They no longer suffer with inflammation. They've lost the LBs. They took the information out. They've had skin removal, and now they have this new body. That's my enjoyment. I love that, honey. I love me a success story.
Hmm.
Um, but to add to what you were saying, Keisha, about the fibroids, so if you don't know, people in the chat, my daughter is Michelle Cook. She's here on TikTok. She's in Atlanta, and I share everything with her, like my whole therapist. But I went to her, I said, hey, I'm taking these growth hormones. I've been taking some more than now for 2 years. The last set of labs I had, nothing showed up. However, comma, when I went back to look, I said she had not run the IGF hormone. So
Mm.
I asked this set of labs. I said, let's go ahead and put that in there. So she said, well, but what is that for? I said, Dr. Cook, I take growth hormones. She, as a medical provider, had never ran that test for any of her patients before. Nobody had ever brought it to her attention.
Wow.
And I said, you got people take growth hormones, honey. We need to know this, and we need to be checking this every 3 months at least. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Um, so, and she just wrote a book about menopausal stories in women. And fibroids is something that, of course, affects people of color, women of color, but it skipped a generation for me. My grandmother suffered with it, but my mother didn't. My sister didn't. My aunt didn't. And then it just hit me and one of my other cousins. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so when these labs come back, I'm going to be sharing them because we're going to find out what's
Yeah, 'cause
going
that's
on.
that's interesting.
And
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you something. I'm glad you brought that up because people don't tell their doctors everything that they do.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Dr. Cook and I've only seen Dr. Toomer, but I know um Shannon. So Shannon goes to Dr. Toomer. And she speaks very highly of Dr. Toomer. I
Hmm.
talk to Dr. Cook like that's my big sister. That's
Mhm.
my doctor. I tell her everything under the sun. I said, look here, get your paper out because we're finna talk about it today. But it's helped me and it has helped her help her other patients because now she has a whole set of questions that she can ask patients that are on GLP-1s that may not be disclosing all the information.
Yeah.
She's not judging. She's not saying, "Hey, Kimber, don't do it." She said, "Oh, well, let's just make sure you're good." You know what I mean? So that's important for people that, like I said, have the fibroids. 'Cause, honey, I suffered that for 20 plus years. And even though I feel great, I'm waiting to see what the labs are going to give. As far as the presenting signs and symptoms, I have no signs and symptoms of the fibrosis, like the pain I used to have. I have none of that. Like it's
Mhm.
like life is breezy. I feel like I'm 10 years younger just because I don't have those problems anymore.
Wow. That's
But
great.
that's a story we could talk about like another live because we could
And you
definitely get
know
into
what?
that.
We really need to bring Dr. Cook back on and talk to her about, what type of testing can be done for all of these people who are doing all of these PEPs. Like, is this gonna, like, is this a good thing? Or is this a good thing that people are buying, self-medicating with PEPs? Or is this gonna be problematic? Like Dr. Body said it's gonna be problematic. He think it's gonna be problematic. Dr. Body thinks that there's gonna have a lot of people with cancer.
And
Um.
oh, before you get started, oh, Cedric, let me just say this one little piece, and I'm gonna just bow down
Go ahead.
because I was a few weeks ago. I took a class. We were talking about GLP-1s and PEPs and other things, and how they are doing research in people that have liver cancer, lung cancer, and breast cancer right now to see how these peptides will improve their outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Like in real talk, right? It's going on in Europe in real time. But
Mm-hmm.
people are not talking about it. I don't know if they don't know about it, but there is research right now. They're saying where these peptides are improving people's outcomes that have been diagnosed with literally active breast cancer, lung cancer, and liver cancer right now,
That's
2026.
amazing.
It
And I
is.
wonder how. I wonder how. Because in the research that I have been, the research that um, well, I've only been doing, let me be specific. I've only been doing research in the inflammation PEPs, TB 500, BCP, help me, BPC
BPC.
157, and
Hmm.
KPV. Right now, I'm really heavy on the BPC 157. Okay, I
Hmm.
just started with the TB 500. I just started, so I've not learned a lot. But from what I'm reading so far, The concern is the angiogenesis part. That's the concern, whether or not is helping or not. For the most part, it seems to be helping, but in some cases, it's not. So that's the part right there that is, that intimidates me, because as a cancer survivor, it intimidates me because that's not something that nobody wants to experience, and especially if you're doing something. If it's different if I get cancer, because it's genetic, because mine was genetic, and it's different. It's different if it's genetic or if it's something that I'm causing unbeknownst to myself. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the scary part. Go ahead, babe.
Nurse Keisha, I hear you, but I don't understand.
Oh God. So we're talking about, babe, mute your phone. Okay. So we are talking about peptides. Okay, so peptides are amino. It's, oh my God. Hold on. Let's ask Trudy. Let's ask Trudy.
Come on,
Easy.
Trudy.
Yeah, let me ask Trudy, because if I say it the way I want to say it, I'm gonna confuse you even more. Hold on. Hold on, child. Trudy, I didn't know you was gonna have to come out the bed tonight.
She coming
I'm
up
helping hustle.
She coming.
because a lot of these peptides
One last time.
we produce. Go ahead, Wendell.
No, that's what I was talking about, Trudy. One last time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Trudy, we're on live, and I want to explain to the chat an easy way to understand what are peptides, why are people using peptides, what specifically are peptides, and why are people using them as a whole, not anything specific. Just in case there's somebody in the chat that don't even know what peptides are and why people are using them. Okay. So she says, here's a simple explanation. She said, think of peptides as tiny messengers made up of short chain amino acids. Amino acids, y'all, are just building blocks of protein. Okay. So she says, think of peptides as tiny messengers made of short chain amino acids. She says, your body naturally makes thousands of peptides every single day, and their job is to tell different parts of your body what to do. Okay. For example, some peptides tell your bodies to release hormones, some help with healing, some help regulate your blood sugars, some affect hunger and fullness, and others help with tissue repair. Okay. She says scientists are studying different peptides because each one sends a different message. So Wendell and everybody else who's not understanding, so there is a community of people, a lot of people. There's just a community of people that are taking peptides to heal things in their body. There's some people that are taking inflammation peptides. There's some people who are wanting to build muscle or have muscle preservation. There's some people who have problems sleeping, so they're taking peptides to help that. Help me, y'all. What other peptides are we out here taking?
ADHD.
There are peptides that help with focus, ADHD, right? But what's happening is, instead of their doctors prescribing it to them, they are purchasing it themselves, reconstituting it, which means it comes as a powder. They're mixing it with a diluent, and they're injecting themselves and dosing themselves based off of what? I don't know. What are we dosing ourselves? That's the honest question.
What you say, Wendell?
Because if your doctor didn't tell you how to give it, or a pharmacist didn't tell you how to give it, how y'all know? And that's the honest question coming from a nurse, 25 years. I've been a nurse almost 25 years. I honestly do not know how people are dosing themselves. Like, where are y'all getting the calculations? Who's establishing this for y'all? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where this stuff is coming from.
Wendell, what's your thought? I heard you say no.
Yeah, from someone who has no knowledge. What's your thought, honey?
Now that Trudy broke it down, I'm like, wow.
Is it scary?
How could you do it?
Yeah.
It's an
Well,
act of being desperate for some help.
yes, that's the reason
In
why
a
people do
more
it.
affordable way.
Yes. Yes, that's the
So
honest
it's a
question.
risk.
It is a risk. It is a risk, but here's the thing. Mute your phone, babe. So here's the thing. You know, I I sympathize with the community wanting help because they need it. You understand? There are people really out here suffering, with obesity, suffering with inflammation. There is a lot of, suffering with insomnia, suffering with ADHD, anxiety, and they can't afford health care because insurance is, insurance is a bitch.
It is.
It's expensive. Not everybody can afford it. So, you use the term desperate, and I know you didn't mean it in a demeaning way. But it is, it
It's
is,
sad too. It's really
it's
sad that we
sad.
have
Yeah,
reached.
it's sad that the community has to do these things to get the help, and it is a huge risk, which
And
is
we
one of the reasons. Go ahead,
and I
Cedric.
think that we think when you say the community, it kind of makes it seem like it's a smaller group, but
No, it's
it's
huge.
actually the world. I would say
Yes. Yes. Okay.
the
Yeah.
world because it's so many people who it's people out here doing stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's just sad how I feel like we've been failed
Yeah.
um, in the medical field. Well, I won't say medical field, but in that space. I don't know the verbiage for that. Just in that space, I feel that it has led us to doing this and creating our own LABs in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is
Um,
this what it's come to?
and I know what I do. So, and sometimes I sit back and I be like, this is crazy. Like this is so this is crazy. But I done a ton of research, and I'm not doing anything that's not um, approved. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the bare minimum
Yeah.
compared to some people. Some
Yeah.
people look at me like, "Oh, you are nothing." Like,
You're a baby.
yeah, you're a baby. You know what I got. But still, I'm like, man, I've done all this research to make sure I'm doing all these things correctly. I got calculators for like peptide calculators, and like, people
Mm-hmm.
don't even know about peptide calculators. I'm like,
This is my first time hearing about it.
Somebody's in the
What's your
chat saying that, and so I said, let me say the disclaimer. I done seen the things. So I've seen the calculators. I've seen the protocol books. I feel like I purchased the book and it hasn't gotten here yet from
Oh,
Amazon, Keisha, because you know how I am. I'm going
yeah.
to get
Yeah.
to, but it, like, child, menopause in here. I done lost my train of thought. Carry on.
uh,
Dan said he know how to
it's not.
reconstitute in his head.
Um, that's all I do too, but it's something about me. I have to second guess myself. I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay. And I've done so much research making sure I'm doing everything correctly. But I'm also thinking about this other person over here that haven't done that much research. They just heard somebody online say
Yes.
this and that. And also, I've heard some people say, telling people, all right, this is what you need to take and this and that. But
Yes.
it all differs. It depends on where it's coming from.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Like, what's your question? Like, some
See
people
that?
ask you. I've had somebody call me and ask me, how many units? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You can't ask me that. I don't know what you got. I don't know
And
where's
see,
your paperwork?
Yeah.
all of that goes back to, for example, if I get a 3 milligram vial of GXKCU from Sally Sue and Sally Sue's company that's here in the U.S., and I get a 3 milligram vial of GHKCU from Chong Li across the water. Even though it's 3 milligrams, it ain't the same.
Yeah.
It ain't you know what I'm saying? How do I know?
Dan says he's
Like,
seen bogus stuff people say to take and give people the wrong dosages. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, you cannot, that is the scariest part of all of this to me.
And somebody did me like that with Tessa. When I went to that peptide company here. I went to go get something. I done done my research, so I be playing with people sometimes. 'Cause I go in there and act like I don't know nothing, just dumb as a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, let me get. Can I do this or whatever? Blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, well, how much do I need to take? Like, oh, well, you just take. Um, they just said a small amount, um, was it 100 micrograms? I think it was. They
Hmm.
said take of that.
Sound
Me
like it.
knowing already 100 micro, what is that gonna do?
Because that is
What?
nothing.
But they were doing that because they were trying to upsell because they were saying buy two get one free.
Oh.
But they don't understand that I already knew that you need to take 1 to 2 milligrams per day. So you have sold me three. You're
Oh
selling
my
me
God.
3 vials of 2 milligrams. So you're telling me that those 3 vials are only gonna last me for 3 days. So one vial is one. Have y'all lost your mind?
Right. But that's the part. And don't get me wrong. That's why I say I cannot wait until the FDA has said, hey, these are the 14 peptides we're going to be releasing to be administered and distributed by the compound pharmacies
So we can
because
get the
I just
real
want people to be
doses.
safe. I want people to be safe, Keisha. Like the crazy. Okay, let's
They
go back.
desperate, Kima. They don't care.
But guess what? And you're right. I know they don't
And listen,
because
we're not judging because
no,
I
not
understand.
at
Listen,
all.
I'm telling you, I understand why people are doing it. Do I like it? No. Do I wish it was something else that we can do? Yes. But I understand why people, I don't like it, but I understand it.
I because I remember. Okay, so let me take it back. When I first started in this community, the only telehealth company that I was aware of was Moji. Okay, when I can recall, as far as that was active on TikTok, let me say that because there was
Oh
Push, there
yeah.
was Sequence, and there was something else. Push, Sequence, and something else with a P. I feel like, but
No minute MD.
no, it wasn't no minute indeed. That's 100 in 2022. But let me tell you something, Dr. Myra Mochi was out here in these streets. You
He's
understand what
been
I'm
out
saying?
here. Okay, go
Baby,
ahead.
yes. So, but I remember, okay, when it was like very skeptical to take
Compound.
compound.
Mhm. For a lot of people.
I remember us talking about, and I didn't even know you at that time. And we were talking about how when patients have breast cancer and the normal treatment for breast cancer might not work for me, and your medication is compounded. Like we was like, what do you mean? Girl, if I could call these creators' name, but I'm not gonna do that tonight, God. Because I remember when they were saying like, oh no, I'm never gonna take compound, and Keisha and I, not even knowing each other at the time, was preaching the same thing. Compound medications ain't new. This ain't
Yeah.
new.
I've been telling them people since I was on TikTok. Why are y'all acting like this is so what? And then they would say, oh, they're gonna take compound away. Compound ain't going nowhere. What?
I had been around before we was even babies. You understand
It's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
always be a way. They can shut one down,
Yes.
another one gonna open.
Never going away. Because
But
that's the whole reason for compound. It's for
Yeah.
it to
yes,
be individualized.
yes. Before I move forward, Keisha, you see Tori in the chat, cousin
I see
Tori.
her, yeah.
But I bring that up because I remember even with people having their compound medication with the script, people was coming in my life to me how to dose. Did you not read your script? Let me get in the camera. Did you? But literally, that has not changed. Even with people getting their compounded medication from their prospective telehealth and it's come from the pharmacy with the script outlined, I still have people that come in the live and say, "Well, how many units am I supposed to take? What did it say on
That
the
makes
box?"
me so mad when I hear people say that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
What
So
your
if,
paper? Give me your paperwork. What are
yeah.
thank you.
instructions?
So think about it. If we get that from the compounded pharmacy that's sending you your script and it's on your box with your name, how many to take, how often, you darn sure know we getting the crazy questions when it comes to you just getting the vial.
And that's why I send people that calculator. Because I actually, now it makes me mad when people ask me that type of question, but I also be like, hold on, let me make sure. Let me point you into the right direction because I don't want you to screw up nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
So it aggravates me, but it's like a red flag. Like, wait a minute. Now, if you don't need to be over here in the dark section. If these are the questions that you're asking me, you need to stay
Why
over
you
there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hook you up with Kima and Nurse Keisha,
Yeah.
and they're gonna find they have providers over there that they can get you what you need,
That's
and it's gonna
right.
have
Don't
instructions
come
on
over
there
here
what you need
scared,
to
baby.
take.
Don't come over here scared.
Don't come scared. Right.
Listen, did y'all see what Nella says? She says when the compound is able to provide it, it will cost more. Folks are still going to use a cheaper PEP, which
Yeah.
that is a true statement. But
Yeah.
there are legitimately some people who, like me, if I can get mine from Compound, where I have pharmacist reconstitute mine, I want the pharmacist to reconstitute mine because I'm a cancer survivor. I can't come over there in the dark with y'all too often. I can't be over there just doing what I want to do because I have a husband, I have a daughter. I got things I need to do. I got to, I'm the type of person that I gotta know what I'm facing. I gotta know, if they got some contraindications, I need to know what they are. I don't want no surprises,
Yeah.
So
And
that's
I got a question too. The people who over in the dark side and your significant other or your spouse, they don't have any clue about any of this stuff. Do y'all tell them?
Oh, but he know. He know.
But
Yeah,
but
he
I'm
know
saying,
about some
what
stuff.
do they think? Like, or
He do
what?
what I say.
yeah, because he trusts you. You understand that though. You do understand
Yeah.
he trusts you.
Because in the
Yeah.
beginning, when I was telling my husband, I was like, telling him stuff, this, that, and the third, and he knows I'm a researcher, baby. But he was real,
Skeptical, apprehensive.
yes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
all the above. He was like, you doing too much. You need to step back from that because you getting out of hand over here. Because it wasn't that I was gonna be taking stuff. I was just so intrigued.
Interested. Yeah, that's normal.
I want to educate myself on it because I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm just thinking about 50 years ago when people were having issues with different stuff, and these things could have helped them.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I also think that insulin resistance is downplayed in our community.
Oh, yes.
I think insulin resistance, after doing some research here in the past year, I'm just thinking like, well, is insulin resistant? Is it the root cause of a lot of things?
I
Because
think when it comes to metabolic issues,
it
Yeah.
keeps
Yeah.
circling back to stuff,
mhm.
And then I was reading about the Alzheimer's and dementia.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, wait a minute.
Because that's next on the list. They're researching right now to see if they can get it approved for those patients.
I know, yeah, that's and I'm like,
I,
well,
listen,
wait.
honey, we gonna be 115 years old. We
Oh
ain't
yeah.
going. We gonna be living a long
Mhm.
time.
You think we're gonna be here at 115?
I think so.
I do, Cedric.
I think so.
I do. This is stuff we
Okay.
didn't have before, and it's not gonna look like no typical 115.
Yeah.
We're not going to give that because you talking about peptides for skin healing from the inside out.
Mhm.
You talking about peptides that reduce cardiovascular protection that improve that. You talk about sleep apnea. You talk about improving kidney
Inflammation.
disease.
Inflammation,
All
baby.
of that. Like,
Addiction.
Ooh, that.
Addiction is a
honey,
big
we
one.
would still have Luther
Oh,
and Whitney.
Yes.
We would still have two of the greatest
Yeah.
if they had this in here.
The only thing I feel like need to happen, when, and I'm speaking to like the perimenopause, menopause age, because I feel like, baby, I'm in that thing right now. Is this weakness? This weakness. You know, when you talked about the 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 lifting weights, Cedric, when you said that you have to lift weights, I'm pretty sure the way my husband heard it, I heard it the same, because we talk all the time about how, like, in my mind, I feel so young. Like, I feel like I look young outside of, this hair.
No, I told you that. I
The
told
hat
you
gives you
it's still
more
there.
youth. Yes,
The
that's
youngness
right.
is still there. Me and my
Yes.
husband told you that.
Yes.
Yes.
But sometimes my strength, my strength is not here. It's not. And it's because I'm not doing the lifting. Now I can do the walking with the weighted vest and stuff like that, but I think that I need to wake up some of those muscles, like what you're saying, like to like go into the gym or build a home gym if I'm not comfortable at the gym, because I don't know about that gym thing, but just like to do reps on all of my muscles, not just carrying weight on my body.
I think inflammation is a big part of it.
Yes, it is.
Because I remember, don't forget, say pumpkin to remind me what I got to say.
I'm gonna write it. Okay.
But back when I was in high school, I had bad allergies and sinuses. They were terrible. And back in that country town, Kima, you know, like that little country town, you ain't got nobody else to go to.
Yep.
Just kept giving me steroid shots.
Mm.
I used to get them like once a month. Baby, 2 years passed by. I'm looking like a blowfish.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why and that's not easy to come off.
No, it's not.
So over time and years, I even look back at pictures from when I graduated high school. I'm like, oh my God. Like, look at my face.
Yeah.
It just looks so bloated. But pumpkin. A couple years ago, even before I moved here to Savannah, like let's say 5-6 years ago, and I used to always tell people, I say, y'all, when I wake up in the morning and I put my feet on the floor, they feel like pumpkins. Like I'm walking on pumpkins. It hurt so bad.
Yes.
My body hurt. I felt, and I had a very physical job then, and it's my body just felt like I was a 60-year-old man. That's how I felt. I felt old. And I was like, dang, I'm young. I'm like in my 20s. Like, why do I feel like this? This is not normal. I'm like, how do other people feel?
Yeah.
How do other people go throughout their day feeling? Like, I wish I can, like, we can switch bodies and I can figure out how a normal person feels.
Yeah.
Because this can't be normal.
Yeah.
And now, when I wake up in the morning and put my feet on the floor, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and you know, on this, the first month, you lose I lost a lot in inflammation.
Yes.
Probably the first month, I probably lost about 15 potatoes at least.
Wow. Because it was fluid retention associated with your inflammation.
Yeah. And so I was looking at my feet. I look at my feet, and my feet are like, I got my feet like my mom, and she has these short, fat feet, and her fingers and hands are like fat, and I don't really have that now. I look at my fingers and my feet, they don't look like that. My wedding ring doesn't even fit no more.
Wow.
Just from the inflammation, and I don't hurt like that no more. Yeah. The only things hurts on me now is if I screw up something in the gym or just soreness from working out. But I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but I like the soreness.
Yeah, because it makes you feel like
If you're doing
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
something.
if I go 2 days and I get the feeling sore, I'm like, okay, I like that. I done did something.
Did that.
You
Yep.
Yeah.
know, I put some work in. It make you feel good about yourself. But if you go to the gym and you ain't feeling nothing, you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feel a little soreness.
Hey, Robbie, you
Hey,
have something you want to say,
Robbie.
baby? Does Robbie even know she up here?
Don't do
Probably
Robbie.
not. Robbie
Okay,
probably
until
not.
she get it together, because I don't know if Robbie knows she up here or not. But speaking to the gym thing, and what I was gonna tell you about what my husband was saying about how you encourage him and how he went to the gym. We both had gone to the gym, Cedric. Why the hell we in the gym trying to lift weights like the people on each side of us? We was in bed for
What's your
3 days. We couldn't even help each other. We had heating pads on the top and the bottom. My daughter was bringing us ice packs. Ain't never went back. I promise you, that had to be at least a year ago, and we still pay membership.
Hey
And
y'all, take it easy. Okay. When
Yes.
you first
Slow
get
and
in there,
steady.
take it easy. Okay, you see what other people are doing. Okay, you need to go down like 100 pounds from what they're doing.
I'm
Just
like, if I could lift it, shit, I got this. But no, hell no.
no, it don't work like that. Your back gonna tell it. But
I'm
yeah,
sure we was in Rabdo, sitting at home, both in Rabdo. I'm sure we was in Rabdo.
And they know.
But we ain't go to the hospital. We just stayed in bed for three
but
days.
y'all, that's a fear of mine.
Rabdo, my
And
little sister.
huh?
Rabdo? What's the
Uh,
fear?
I don't even know what that is.
Rhabdo is when you work out so hard and you tear up your muscles so hard. There's a byproduct of potassium. It's called myoglobin, and,
Oh,
and something else, and it makes you go into kidney failure.
Mm-hmm.
oh.
You work out, yeah,
My patients that suffer from rhabdo are usually between 25 and 28 years old
yeah. But
because
it
they're
doesn't just
extreme.
happen
They
with
work
working
out
out, but,
extreme. Yeah.
But
but that's a way to get it.
I
Extreme
Yep.
workout.
fear of hurting myself in the gym. I
Yeah.
always think, and I'm the type of person, even though I'm on my job, like I have a physical job, where I have to think about safety. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always thinking about safety, going home the same way I went to work.
Yeah.
And it's just a me thing. I'm always in my head thinking about stuff. But I fear that I feel so good right now in this space that I'm in, mentally, physically. I'm in a very good space.
Mm-hmm.
But I fear of getting hurt and like getting off the wagon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that scares me because like what if I break a knee or screw up a meniscus or something like that, meniscus tear. And I'm laid up in the bed for this long. Like, what am I gonna do? Because yeah, honestly, the gym is therapy for me.
Mm.
It is therapeutic. I don't like going to the gym with nobody. My friends know ain't nobody got to talk to me in the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my
Your
time.
time.
This is my time, and
So
it's so
peaceful.
therapeutic.
Mhm.
And a lot of people be asking me like, can I come and work out with you? No, no, you cannot. I have my headphones on. I'm going, and half of the time I'm listening to. It's crazy. I think it needs to be like a podcast, not a podcast, but like a study of what people are actually listening to in their headphones while they're working out.
Mm. What you be
Because
listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of church sermons
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
most of the time, but then other times like R&B. I never listen to nothing really upbeat.
yeah.
It don't get me
It's
going.
something cool, calm.
But like I said, it's therapy for me.
Yeah.
That was my time. Even when I first started going back to the gym, I worked out, and when I worked out a lot, I listened to the sermon. It was Sunday. What I used to call it, I used to text some of my friends Sunday something I used to call it. But I worked out really hard. Then I used to go out for like a 2-mile walk, and the first part was just listening to the sermon. Everything was going on. I have my special people that I like to listen to. And then when I go outside, it's my time to start praying now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it fully. And so people won't look at me crazy if I'm lifting my hands. If I start running or doing something like that, it won't look as strange, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is all therapy for me.
Abril says, right, other people stress me out while I just wanted to unfocus.
Yeah. And I don't like answering the phone either before I go to the gym.
Oh yeah, no.
What you're not gonna do is stress me out, and then I get to the gym, and then I got anxiety.
Mm-mm. I will let the people know where I'm at. But some of the music, because I have like what's like an old school playlist of like Lil Jon Pastor Troy, like that crunk music. Then I got one that is so not appropriate that I cannot even post about it. But it's like my muscle building phase music, which is it's as a matter of fact, I posted a video today and I don't even know the name of the song, but that's an idea of what I listen to. It's very romantic. It's like seductive. It's like my muscle building workout music is seductive. Like honey, I don't know if I'm on the pole. I don't know where I'm at Magic City, but I am somewhere. I am somewhere. And so that's what I listen to with the muscle building. But my cardio and strength training types, that's fast paced. That's different.
Well, I'm a
But whatever.
walker. I listen to podcasts. You know, I love my T.S. Madison and Funky Donnie, but I want to listen to something funny, something fun, something comical, something messy. That's what I be listening to. Listen, somebody said something about do you ever think about that is Giovanna. She says, have you considered investing in a trainer until you get confident with weights? Hell no, because trainers be doing too much. That trainer, I had a trainer one time, that man had me running up and down the stairs. I think to myself, you are a child. Do you know how old I am? No, I was mad with him. I was
And
so
y'all
mad with
can,
him.
and some people they use the excuse of like, well, I need a trainer, I need somebody to do this. Not like this. You're gonna get your own mind focused. And you see this phone here? Get this phone. It's a million apps out here that has online trainers for free.
I remember that, Keisha. I had to talk. I had to talk to that dude. I said, "Man, she ain't gonna do all that food."
I was mad with that. Oh Lord, I was so mad. I was like, why does he look at me? I was heavier then too. I was heavier. I'm like, boy, you know damn well I can't run up and down these damn stairs. And
I said, "Man, give us some beginning work, man. Don't try to."
yeah.
All right, I got her. Now you going up and down the stairs. That ain't no beginning work, fool. She ain't finna do all that.
Day. I'm like, God, Lee, you not gonna like break me in like something a little simple. I mean, like it ain't had to be simple, but damn, you want me to run up and down these stairs in the gym?
Just give her a stretch hustle.
Yeah, stretch me out first.
And stretching is important too. That's very important. That's how I hurt myself like a couple months ago.
Just a little stretch hustle.
Yeah, a little stretch, a little couple of low, resistance training, low weights, high reps. I could do that. Go on a treadmill, walk for 15 minutes, go on the stairs, step up for 5 minutes. I could do that. That boy had me doing like I was an athlete.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's not getting paid next week.
Keisha walked off.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I finished the session. I was like, nah, bro, I'm out.
But that's how most people do though. When they get that experience where the trainers do all of that in the first beginning, they might do it for like a week or two and then they out. Like, I'm not doing this. You done burnt them out.
Yeah. You gotta work up to those beast mode workouts, like godly. There's no steps to this. I was very discouraged with that guy.
I understand, man. Yeah, Kima, me too. I put the crunk juice on to get me going. If I do the soothing music, which I love, I ain't gonna work out. I ain't gonna sweat. I'm gonna be done walked out.
I do the soothing music
I'll
or
be
like some Southern Soul blues or something like that.
Hmm.
That's my space. That's just
Honey, I be over here trying to turn my husband out. So whatever music gotta help me get there.
Jay the A says you meet the clients where they are. Baby,
Hmm.
honey. I was fine, but I was like a big fine, you know, one of them type girls. Big fine. So like listen
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't be running. Do I look like I run? Like I was looking at him like, do I look like I run? I don't run, boy. That's why I came here to you. You want me to run on the first day?
Hey, Keisha, I do listen to that podcast too. I listen to that Maddie a lot.
Yeah,
I listen to her a lot. Her and
love
Craig.
her. And Craig, I like all of them. I like all of them peoples. Funky Dineva. I like to listen to what's
It's
what's
enough.
what's Noriega and them podcast?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know the name of it. I just run upon them
I
sometimes.
like them. I like
Drink
DLP.
champs.
Yes. Drink Champs. I like to listen to that. You know,
Boy, please, whatever. You will love it too.
what is it?
Boy, please, whatever.
Okay.
Mm.
Podcast is on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. I like stuff like that. I don't miss an episode of Funky Dineva because I love his mental. He's so smart and comical, and I feel like a lot of times he be fair. I like all of he talks political. You know, he be talking about a lot of stuff. I used to like Amanda Seals, but Amanda Seals had got a little crazy. Like, yeah, it had gotten a little bit too much for
Miss
me.
me with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't rock for her.
Like you do too much.
yeah. So I like DL Hughley. I love Don Lemon. I love Don Lemon.
Hmm.
So I be listening to stuff like that because it just makes me feel like, you know, I'm sitting in a room with my friends talking, kikiing, you know, and before I know it, my walk is done, you know. And walking is not something that I'm having to like really focus and concentrate on. I'm just walking, listening, enjoying being outside, you know.
Indeed.
Okay,
That
what else did you have on your list, Kima?
I feel like that's all I had on my list. Yeah.
I think the last thing I had was do you have anything specific that you want to talk about, Cedric?
No, I've talked about everything.
I wanted to talk a little bit about people who have platforms branding themselves because that's something that I feel like Kima and I have talked about. Naturally, we've talked about a lot of things, but branding your platforms. We branded Health and Hustle. I don't know. I feel like it was a year and something ago. A year and something ago. I have to look back to see what the anniversary is, but not so much. And we had thought about we've talked about branding our platforms, but not like actively doing it. And I wanted to thank you, Kima, for helping me create my logo, or like just like giving me the idea about having a logo. I think that's something like because when we talk about health, we talk about the hustle part too. So just tapping into the hustle part of the platform. When it comes to people who are wanting to be an influencer, I don't even know how to. I hate using the word influencer. I don't know if that's appropriate or not. I mean, it is an influencer space, but when you are branding yourself, just like knowing what is it about your brand that you are like, what type of service are you giving the community? What are people going to be coming to you for? So if you are someone that has a platform, start thinking about those things. What expertise do you have, or what value do you have that you can give to the community or to your community that keeps them coming back? And take your platform very seriously. Think about what you want your legacy to be, you know, how you want to be perceived in the public. If you want to be the type of, if you want to be a reliable resource, just think about those type of things. Because I know like on TikTok, they have like a lot of communities. They got a community for gaming. They got a community for
The sense.
fragrance, just all kind of expertise. You know, I was when we were at the meetup, and I heard Tiffany say, I can't remember what we were talking about, and I'm talking about Rise and Shine Tiffany. I can't
Hmm.
remember what we were talking about, but she said, I just do I just do food reviews. And I thought to myself, damn, I didn't even know that she looked at herself as a person that just does food reviews, because
Hmm.
I see Tiffany do so much more. So,
I
you know,
don't
because
look at her as that either.
no, so like when she said that, I was like, damn, is that what you know, what you see? Because I see so much more. Um,
Did you
but
tell her
the
that?
fact that she said that, it made me want to go to her page to look at her food reviews, and she does amazing food reviews. You know,
Hmm.
so it's like,
Her and
you
Mr.
know,
Robinson.
yes. So it's like when you are, so just speaking to the hustle part, like when you're hustling, whatever your hustle is, just take your brand seriously, create yourself a logo, you know, if that's where you want to go. If you're planning on working with other brands, like for example, I'm gonna use myself for example. I'm a nurse, and I educate in the health and wellness space, but I also love home goods. I love decorating, y'all. I love creating things with my hand. That's where my therapy. I'm very creative when it comes to home design. Like, you know, that's where I'm like the closest to myself is doing those type of things. But a lot of people know me as Charge Nurse Lisa. I don't even know if people even know that I like to, you know, to decorate, you know, and do those type of things. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say, whatever your talents is and whatever it is you want the community to know about you, take it seriously, have fun with it, create a space where you are having people to keep coming back in and pouring into your platform so that you can grow, because when you start growing, it makes brands reach out to you. Like, you can go so much further than just your little bubble. I guess that's what I'm saying. You know, but what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. So and don't try to do things fast. Take it slow. Do what you love. It's a lot of times I'll be so frustrated, and my husband he'll say to me, it's because that's not what you want to do. You know, that's not what your heart desire to do. You going in an area, it's like someone is forcing you to go there, or it's something over there that you're seeing. You know, I don't know if it's the money, I don't know if it's the, you know, whatever it is, but that's not what you want to do. And it's a lot of times I'll get involved in things and be like, damn, this really this isn't what I want to do. Just because someone offer you things, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to take those things because they're offering it, you know. And that's something that, as my platform grows, I'm learning. Not all money is good money, and not everything is a good space, you know, to be in. You know, just try to stay more true to yourself, because when you're true to yourself, people will see that, and they'll gravitate toward you because they want you. They don't want, you know, they don't want. I don't even know how to say it. Um, I don't even know how to put it into words, but the more you stay true to yourself, I feel the happier you'll be, and the more longevity you'll have in your craft or
Hmm.
in your hustle journey, whatever that is.
Because we have to remember, hustling is no different from your primary job. Nobody wants to do a job that they don't love.
Hmm.
So the hustle got to be the same. You may be more passionate about that hustle because that's your true self. This is a space that you have literally created, so it fits your personality and persona. Um, and I'm very big on, you know, Keisha knows, pushing the platform, because I feel like I stretch Keisha beyond measure, because I personally don't think that Keisha realizes all of her talents,
Mm,
but I can see them.
mm,
And so I try to push her in a space to tap into everything that makes her happy. Because even though I know Keisha from the GLP-1, Keisha is the person that helped me to want to make my house a home.
mm,
Because, honey, I just bought the house and I was like, hey, we live in here, it's all good. I had no desire to personalize my space until watching Keisha do her home decor for the holidays. And I'm like,
mhm,
oh, it made me want to turn my house into a home because, honey, as long as I could lay in my bed and flip the TV and all the things, I was fine. Um, but I try to do that because I say I see the vision in people sometimes when they don't see it in themselves, and you just
mhm,
never know what your passion can drive in the next person. Um, so that, which is why I say that when it comes to the hustle, which is why I wanted us to create a space where we talk about health, but hustle also, because even though we're nurses, we have our hands in other things, you
mhm,
know. Um, Nursing is just, it's almost like our baseline. The hustle is who we are as individuals. That's
mhm.
how you get to know us, you know.
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Hey, Wakia.
Hi.
Hi,
Mhm.
baby girl. How are you?
Hey. I'm fine. How are y'all?
Good, boo.
I just want to say, like, I went into your live for the first time yesterday. And, well, not yesterday. Yeah, I think it was just, well, the day before yesterday, because it's another day now. Yesterday I came into your live for the second time. I truly enjoyed your live, even though
Aww.
you were just giving like information on like the GLPs and things like that. Like it was very helpful because you were not one of those creators that like try to make people feel small about giving them information. You were giving the information in a way as if I was reading a book and it was just plain
Aww.
there for me to get it and take it in. You know what I'm saying? And I truly enjoyed that. And honestly, after I watched your live about like how you were giving information, I know I unfollowed more than 50 people who get on live and talk
Oh
about the
my
same
God.
things that you talk about, but it's the way that you talk about it. It's the way that
Aww.
you address it.
Mhm.
And me being probably the younger than, of course, I know I'm younger than all of y'all.
Mhm.
Like, it was just a sense of, okay, I'm in the room talking to my mama
Oh
Right.
and
my
she giving me
goodness.
information. You know what I'm
Aw,
saying?
baby girl.
Because I've been in a lot of lives where, like, you know, we all, I feel like you're never too grown or never too big in too big of a space to learn something from
That's
somebody.
right.
And
Every day.
with me having that mentality, I have been in rooms like talking about, like I said, the same topic that you were talking about yesterday. And you'll have people asking some of the same exact questions that you were asking about yesterday. Your vibe did not change. Your mood did not change. The inflection in your voice did not change. Some people were asking you the same questions over and over. You
I
answered them
answer
all
it
with the
every
same energy.
single time.
And that felt so welcoming. So when I came in your live today, I don't know if you saw my comment, but I told everybody, I was like, this is just my second time here. But if it's y'all first time here, y'all gonna love it over here.
Oh, thank you,
Y'all
sweetheart.
gonna
I
love it over
appreciate
here.
that. Oh my goodness. Thank you, baby girl.
You're welcome. But I definitely was saying in the chat, like I also like how just now, is it Cedric? Cedric was
Yeah.
talking about the gym. And me being 28 with 3 kids, 3 small kids, I can truly say that the gym is therapeutic. It's
Mhm,
definitely therapeutic because like my support system is small
mhm,
and like my free time is like super super limited, but
mhm,
it's like when I go to the gym I gain like this energy, this power, this strength, like this clarity, like, and it's all like just me in there knowing that I'm rejuvenating myself from all that I've had to put out like every day throughout the week with my kids and stuff like that. Like I rejuvenate myself.
mhm,
And so I agree definitely with him when he said the gym is it could be different things for different people.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I totally agree that it's therapeutic and some people think about it like, oh, I'm going to the gym and I'm strength training, I'm doing body recomposition, and it's just a physical thing. But for some other people like myself, it's more of a mental thing. I know that I need strength physically, but it's also like I'm gaining that mental strength because I'm not giving up on myself. I'm pushing myself, not too hard, but just right enough to where I can leave the gym and feel good and go do
Yes.
everything else that I need to do, you know, within
Wow.
my day with my kids.
I love that. You're inspiring me. Both of you guys are inspiring me to want to do better in that aspect of my life because I know I need to. But I guess when you know, and this is the power of community, and this is the power of being my brother's keeper, you know, my brother's keeper. You know, this is what my desire is in this space. And when I say family, like this to me is what family should feel like. When I'm weak, then you are strong, and you're there not to tap my hand or make me feel some type of way about my weakness, but to give me to be an example, a positive example, something that I can look at and say, okay, this is possible. I can do this. I see my sister, I see my brother doing this every single day, and they are consistent, and then they're being positive about it. So, you know, you don't have no choice but to feel those positive endorsements, you know, that positive reinforcement gives you, you know, the idea that yes, I can do this, you know. So just thinking about the gym being something not just physical but mental is healing for me because I never thought about it that way. I'm learning that from you guys because when I think about going to the gym, shit, I'm tired before I even get there. I feel like my body is hurting before I even get there. But if I look at it through a different lens, like what you guys are saying, it makes it feel possible for me to go back.
It truly does. And I think for myself too, that worked for me. Like with all that I have going on, like I don't know if you guys notice, or I know you guys know what it is, but like I have a puzzle piece by my name. I have 2 kids that have autism. I have a 6-year-old that has autism, and I have a 3-year-old that has autism too. And so it's like a lot of my days are super crazy, super hectic. Like the boots that I be wearing,
Yeah.
it's not like them boots on the ground when them people be doing all the dancing. Like they be heavy.
Oh yeah.
And and so it's like when I can go to the gym and my kids not there, or I live across the street from like a very nice park that has like a track around it. When I can go out there and put my headphones on and I can put them on loud, and I don't have to worry about in the community that I live in, like worrying about like if somebody gonna come do something crazy or whatever like that. But you know, still alert, but I can actually go in my zone. I can listen to my music, and I can just, and a lot of people say, girl, you don't take no quality time out for yourself. You don't spend no time with yourself. Like you don't pour back in your own glass. They like, you know, this, you do this, you do this. But for me, going on those 2-mile walks out there by myself with my gospel playing or my podcast playing or something like that, or listening to like financial literacy stuff, or just listening to ways that you can rebuild your body like in a natural state, you know, things like that, that gives me what I need to go on with my days, you know what I'm saying? And having kids with special needs is where I want to go with a platform. And I truly, truly, truly know, like I have had dreams, like I'm literally about to cry. Like I have had dreams. I know that's where I'm supposed to be. Like I truly know God gave me these kids because there's other, like I see it all the time.
Yeah.
There's other young girls that's like me that have kids with special needs. And my first child was my first special need kid.
Wow.
And so nobody else in my family has a child with autism. So there was nobody to say, okay, Tanisha, look, I've been through that on a personal level. That's a very sensitive thing to deal with. So it's like when you start out in that life, when God put you in that space, it's very sensitive. So you don't just let anybody in to tell you what you should do or how you should do it, or what you should try or what you shouldn't try.
you very, very sensitive in that space. So over the years, my son is going to be 7 in a few days. And in the real world, since I became a mom, like I used to be like this outgoing, like butterfly girl. Like I could get along with anybody. I could meet anybody. I could talk to anybody. I'm still like that, but I'm kind of closed off in a way. But it's not because I'm just closing out from the world and I don't want to live as a human being, not just a mom, but it's more so because of protection for the space that my kids need to be able to live in this cruel world freely, comfortably, and happy. So I want to open up my platform on the internet. And if you guys look on my page, it's not as good as the content as y'all have, but it's a few videos where you'll see I incorporate my kids in it and I show what they do, or I talk a little bit about, what they have going on, how we have thrived and how we have excelled with so many things. But in the real world, with a lot of people who know me, like my classmates have kids now with like special needs and like autism and different things like that. And a lot of them see me out in public with my kids and they won't say nothing to me right then, but they'll like message me on Facebook or something. And they'll say like, hey girl, I saw you today with your son. Like, I didn't even recognize the fact that he has autism. Like, he was so calm. Like, he's potty trained. Like, those are hard things for kids with special needs, especially autism. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of motor skills that they can't even do. It's something as simple as swinging on a swing. And those are things that my kids can do. And a lot of people like to say, well, not to brag and boast. Oh, I'm bragging and boasting about what my kids can do with autism, because a lot of people underscale them and their abilities. And a lot of the days I just want to get on the internet and tell another mother that in this world we living in today, change the lens, like you said, on what you see your kids like with having autism. Because guess what? The richest man in the world right now today came public in 2021 and let the world know that he has Asperger's syndrome, which is under the spectrum umbrella of autism. So I really just want to tell another mother, like so many days, like just switch the lens and always think about the richest man in the world has autism. Do everything you can for your child. Give them every resource you can give them. And like for me, for instance, I've talked to a lot of people, like I said, in real life and in person, not on the internet, because like I said, the internet is a cruel place. And I'm not as old as you guys. So some things I can overlook. And I can be like, okay, it's whatever. I'm not worrying about that. Like, I know my child. I know what he can do. I know he not this. I know they're not this. I know they're not that. But then some things I'm ready to address you straight forward with, because you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And on the internet, it can get crazy. And you got some of the most ignorant, incompetent people on this internet. And I know me, I'm head over every single hill there is about my kids. You know what I'm saying? But I think if I let the scarcity of that go, of being scared about, I think if I do a pros and cons, like, and I really come to terms with it and like really lock in with the fact that, Tanisha, the pros are you're going to reach and touch and help more people than you're going to have to even worry about those people that you're going to have to address that's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm there. But it's like every time I get ready to pick up the camera to record my kids or us just doing some things, it's like that scare hit me. Like, girl, don't do it, because somebody going to say something.
Well, Kia, they over here too. They over here too. You just got to do what you got to do.
And Kia,
That's all that is.
I also want to say so much. I want to say to you.
No.
I had to write a little note, but Wakia, I think that we all have an assignment here while we're on earth, right?
Thanks.
And we have to figure those things out, what God wants us to be doing. It takes others longer than others to figure that out. I feel like you already know what that is, and I want to really, really encourage you to lock in on that.
Oh my
That's it.
God.
Keep God with you. Always pray and ask for strength to endure, because you are correct. When you turn on that camera, and I feel like that's probably you're encouraging me too. Let me just put that out there, because my mouth is slick, and these people,
Yes.
they don't care, and I'm not holding back. You
Me
know,
either.
I'm not holding back, but I don't want that to deter you from not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, do it. I feel like you know what it is. Just venture out and do it. Start the video, and it just not even that. It may be something else that you got going on. Do it. I was telling somebody earlier, hey, we got to stop being so fearful, and really trust God and have faith that things are going to work out how we see them, or how we
That
see
is
that they're
so
going to pan
true.
out in the end.
That's
Okay.
true.
So one more other thing is, I always tell people therapy is very, very important.
Yes. Mental health.
Mental health is very important, and we like to look down on it sometimes. We're just in a space now in 2026 where we're kind of like looking at
Starting to
it,
get into it comfortably.
comfortably. But it is so important for us to do that and get into that. And I was the type of person, I can't wait to get into therapy. Like each week, I want to see my therapist like 3 times a week, because I enjoy of the things that I was learning about myself. That's how therapy is supposed to be. You're supposed to enjoy those moments. Open up, which we have issues. Well, I'll say a lot of men have issues with, but you have to open up to your therapist. And anyways, I was saying that to say this. I look at the gym the same way, just how you just said. You're in your zone. You just listen to your music. I feel the same way going to the gym. I go through so many different emotions in the gym. Sometimes
I'm in there
happy.
crying.
Yeah, sometimes I'm happy. And I told y'all earlier, when I go outside and get to praying, baby, sometimes the tears get to falling. It could be happy tears. It could be tears of joy. It could be tears of just praying for other people and interceding for other people's behalf. Because there's things that I may see that other people may not. That's just something that anyways. But I intercede on other people's behalf sometimes, and I can feel like I can only do that in the gym. And I love that. I love that feeling. And when I come out, I'll be feeling like refreshed and rejuvenated.
Like you can do anything.
And my shoulders I have big strong shoulders, but there's a lot of weight here.
Yeah.
And when I go to the gym and when I leave out, I dust my shoulders off. I leave it there.
Yeah.
But I just want to encourage you and just do what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah.
And let me say this to you, Wakia. Your voice alone, when you said, that you want to advocate for these kids, or you want to advocate for these parents or these mothers, if I were someone in your situation, well, let me just say this. There is someone in your situation that needs a Wakia. You understand what I'm saying? There is someone in your situation that is not as strong and don't have the power. Because I could hear it in your voice that you take care of them kids. And that you value that relationship, and that you are going to do everything that you can do for your children. And they have some people that don't know how to do that. And the fact that And sometimes God will use you as the vessel to reach the people that need to get to where you are. So don't let the fear of someone who's going to judge you, don't let that prevent you from doing or showcasing a gift or a not a task, but a
That's your calling. That's your
yeah,
calling.
that
That's your
right there.
calling.
Don't let someone
Mm-hmm.
hinder a calling that God put on your life to bless someone else because of fear of judgment, because they talked about God, they ridiculed God, you know. So who are we? You know what I mean? So don't let, and I can understand how you're feeling, but I feel like you're a strong person and you could get past that. You just need to be in the right environment with the right people that's gonna advocate for you and also be supportive toward you. And
Let me
that's
throw let me throw this in for you. I'm Keisha's husband. How you doing?
Hi.
God loves your child more than you. So he gonna use you to fix that situation with your son and everybody else. If you stand strong for God in that situation. That's the way that works. And whenever you decide you want to change your mind, I understand that. But that's the enemy telling you you got something big you're about to work on.
Yes.
That's all that is. And he just
I
coming to hate
completely
on you.
agree with that. I agree with that.
he gonna make you doubt yourself every time, and he gonna use your children because that's what you love the most.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
Don't let
I
nothing
believe
deter you
that.
from your assignment.
Nope.
I believe that. And I want to tell y'all something else. I had the craziest dream last night. And this is my first time saying it out loud. So if I cry a little bit, y'all excuse me for it. I grew up in the church, but I have not been going to church since I've had my children. And the reason why I haven't been going is because the looks, the faces, the comments, like, you know, different little things for people that are, and honestly, I can truly say this. I do not get upset with a person when I see them looking at my kids funny or making a certain face or expecting different from them as a child, as big as they might be, because I've had a one-on-one personal experience with my own grandfather. My grandfather is like 70 something years old. Autism is not at the forefront of his brain for what it really is. So I try not to be bothered at reactions of people to the actions of my children, because I really could be sitting in the room with people who are not knowledgeable about what my kids are what's going on with them. Now, my biggest thing is I'm never going to, and I'm saying never, and I know people say you never say never, but this is never. Y'all write this down. This is never. I'm never going to apologize to anybody for the actions of my children and them having autism. I'm never apologizing for that.
That's right.
Because that's how God made them. I'm not going to apologize for something that God created. That's not my job. I don't sit that high. I'm not apologizing for that. But for me, I had this dream last night, and it's like I was in a very, very dark place. I couldn't even see. There was no light nowhere. I was just walking, and I had no path, no direction. Like, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know whether I was about to walk into something. I didn't know what. It was just dark, and I was just walking. And in my brain, like, I kept saying the same thing over and over, like, replicated. I kept saying, like, he that dwells in a secret place of the Most High God shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Like, I just kept hearing that in my head. Like, it was playing like a radio station, like, keep playing the same song. And when I woke up this morning, I always turn my TV off before I go to bed at night. Always. I woke up this morning and my TV was on, and there was a pastor on my TV, and he was reading Psalm 91.
Mm.
And throughout that chapter, it says, I will fear no evil.
Mm-hmm.
And when I woke up this morning, I said to myself, I said, something is happening to me in these past couple of weeks. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I know something is happening. Because in the past few weeks, y'all, like I've had this guy that I've been dating for like almost a year and a half. And he said to me the other day, he was like, you seem disconnected and unwired.
Hmm.
And I said,
From
what does
who?
disconnected and unwired mean?
From him?
And he was like, you just don't, some things you don't even go in, like you don't even address with me. Like some things that where you would normally spike off at, you don't no more. And after he went to work tonight, I went and sat outside. Something just told me go sit on my porch outside. I went and sat on my porch. And I sat there and I thought, for a very long time, I always said all the time, like my mind is constantly running, worrying about this, worrying about that, thinking about this, thinking about that. How I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. Tonight was the very first time, and I posted it on social media. I said, I don't know what's going on with me. I said, but for the first time in my life, my mind is not racing. I'm not overthinking. And I'm focused on something. It's like I'm impregnated with something that's starting to grow, but I don't know what it is. And I posted that on social media, and I had so many people comment and said, it's peace. You experiencing peace. And to be 28 years old and to know the things that I have experienced at this in this only this 28 small years, it's probably some things I should have never even had the experience that I have. It's like when I felt that tonight sitting outside, just sitting there. If that is if what I felt tonight is peace,
My God.
I need it forever. I need it forever.
Come on.
I need it forever. It's like now it's like I'm hungry. Like I gotta chase that. And so when he called me tonight to tell me that he was at work, he made it to work, I told him, I said, my physical self do love you, my physical self and my mental self, because you could love a homeless person if you be around them long enough. You could love a dog or a cat if you have them around long enough. It's natural, you obtain it. And I told him, I said, I do love you, and I can't really pinpoint, and I don't like to pinpoint all the wrong things that I feel or I get from a person. I don't like to do that. I'm not one of those people who like to make another person feel bad about themselves, because before I do that, I'll say, hey, it's just me. I just need space. I just need time. You know what I'm saying? And I had to do that tonight.
Wow.
And truly, when I did it, normally, I know y'all all been young before in a relationship, thinking you in love and this and that, whatever. Normally, I would kind of be maybe a little sad, maybe a little bothered, like, maybe a little emotional.
Yeah.
Tonight, I wasn't emotional about it at all. It was just like a cut, like I got a cut and it instantly just healed and it was done, over. Like, that's what it felt like to me. And I know that it's not by mistake that I came into your live yesterday. And the day before yesterday, when you said you was getting off and you said you would come back on if Kima wanted to get back on, I watched your page all day because I did not know that it was a totally different live where you do health and where you do this at. I thought you was doing it from your same page.
My page, yes.
So when I came into your live today, I was going to ask that question, like, hey, where, are you screaming it here? But it was like right before I asked that, you said, "Oh yeah, you guys," and I'm gonna pin it in the chat. You know, we might go live tonight. I'm gonna call Kima. She ain't answered, but I'm gonna call her. And I literally took my time when I got in this bed, and I went and I screenshotted it, and I went and I came searching to come over here. Why? I do not know. I do not regret it. I'm always gonna be here. I'm always gonna be present. But that's just a little bit about me, and I appreciate y'all feedback. Like, you know, and I'll tell y'all a little bit about me on a personal level. And I'm an open book. Like, my father got killed when I was 2 months and 2 days. And my mother has been an addict my whole entire life. But I didn't know it until I was probably 21, 22, 23, somewhere in that range. And my grandmother raised me, but she passed away my senior year in high school. So I've literally taken care of myself since the day I walked across the stage and graduated high school.
Wow.
So having kids, it's like, yes, there's people on my mom's side of the family that, you know, are my family, but blood ain't always really family.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you would think that for a girl that, like, if you had a granddaughter or you had a child or a niece or nephew, if you had a niece or nephew that, you know, grew up, no mother, no father, had only a grandmother figure that took care of her and raised her up, you would think that others around the surrounding circle would chip in and try to do their thing. And it wasn't, and you're not dealing with a kid or a child or a young adult that was a problem. Like, I graduated number 1 in my class from high school.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I did all the things that I was supposed to do. So when I had my first child and I realized, like, he wasn't doing all the things that a 1-year-old should do, and I started, like, digging and searching and staying up all night and trying to figure out what was going on, I felt so lost and in the world by myself through that, because I had nobody to relate to. So in those phases, I truly wish I had somebody that would just come and sit down and understand me and hear me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my hunger now, crying again, my hunger now is, if I can help somebody step over a rock that I already done stepped on and got hurt, that's the place I want to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The platform to do that.
They got a whole community of people waiting on you.
Waiting on you.
Mm-hmm. And what you have to keep in mind, Wakia, when God speaks to you, you answer. You can run 30 going 90 because you are fearful, because that's your internal feelings of communicating in this space. But ain't gonna be but for so long that you can run.
That's right.
He gonna call you to it, girl. He gonna call you to it, and you gonna stand 10 toes down, and he gonna prepare you in a space where the walls will be up. You will not even worry about what people are thinking, saying. As a matter of fact, he will protect you so that you won't even see it.
That's right. That's right.
You keep that in mind. You see, you on a panel with some people.
Right. You don't know who you're talking to.
Right.
Hey, but let me tell you how God works. Right in my midst of my health going bad from driving truck, and my wife trying to figure out what her passion was, God gave my wife her passion for everything I needed. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how that's be happening. A high blood pressure, pre-diabetic. My wife just developed a passion for all that stuff I was going through. And then she created a whole community that helped us stay on her path. Back to me, back to them, back to her, back to them. That's how that worked. And look how you came
that's
over
why
here.
I click with her so much.
Look how you
Because
came
I'm
over
like
here.
that. I'm a researcher.
Yeah.
You came over here.
that.
Your people was waiting on you.
Yeah. Use that. Let that fuel you. You know, all the things the little time that we have had with you, it just makes me want more from you. So imagine I'm just one person. It's so many of me's out there, but we can't have access to you if you don't grant us the access. You know, so something that you may think is so small to record is huge for someone else.
And let me tell you this: I had a very, very close family member, Wakia, in this chat tonight that is going through the exact same thing that you're going through.
My God.
Now, I don't know if she's still in here, but she was in here because I did see her in here. Because I seen her pop up here about like an hour ago. We've been on here for a while. I seen like an hour, so I'm just thinking like, man, like, and I think about her all the time, and I just be praying for her because I was like, how in the world do she? Because she has a full-time job, she has a husband, and then it just seems like it's so much on her plate. Like, how do you manage this? But that's why I'm telling you, people need to see that though.
My sister just came in here. Sister, do you want to come up and say something?
Hey, Kiki.
Wakia is up here. She's talking about her, and she has two kids who have autism, and she's telling her story about that. Do you want to come up, sister? I know my sister's overseas, y'all. So I don't know if she's in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's your community right there too.
Well, hold on, honey, because that's her story to tell. So I just wanted to see if she wanted to come up. She might not be able to. She may not be able to. She in the military, y'all, and she overseas. So
Yeah, it's definitely
God is
hard.
telling you to get started, and He gonna help you with the rest. You ain't even gotta figure it out. It's just gonna come to you.
yeah.
And resources gonna come to you, and destiny help is gonna come to you, and it's all gonna pan out.
I believe in that.
And surround yourself around people who's going to feed into you.
Yeah.
Make sure you got a village around you, because all the time family is not your village.
True.
Okay, you got to create and a lot of people say, hey, I don't need that many friends. I understand that. Whatever. But you need, as you grow older, you're going to realize that, wow, I need a village of community of people around me who can feed into me when my cup is empty. If you're around me, I need you to be able to pour into my cup. If you're around me, and sometimes you should be able to pour into me.
Yeah, we both must be dry now.
When
Let me tell you how that happened, though, Wakia. Let me tell you how that go. Everybody that's gonna help you gonna come when you start moving. If you stay right there, just say you need some money from somebody, but you ain't got half of it. Somebody gonna give you the other half if you got half of it. But if you ain't got none of it, they don't want to give it to you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you start moving, you attract people that you got something for them and they got something for you.
Right. They want to see you giving some effort for yourself.
And they got something to give you to add to your stuff. As soon as you start moving, that's the way it works.
And it's going to come.
Yeah. Yeah. And some days you're going to feel like sharing, and it's going to be some days that you don't. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. It's okay. But I love that you felt comfortable enough to even say the things that you are saying, and that you feel like you are in a safe space to share that, because that has to be something hard to share. So, you know, I can appreciate and you know, and it makes me feel good knowing that my presence is needed, you know, which is one of the reasons why, irregardless to what I have going on, I'm gonna find a way. So you see what time it is, you know, at some point in my day, that's my way, you know, of giving back. You know, I have battled cancer. I've had multiple fractures in my body. You know, my husband was super sick. You know, I couldn't have, I went through fertility issues. I done been through it, girl. So, I feel like I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad to be here, and I want to I want to give, I want to share everything that I know. If it's gonna help one person, I just need one person. I say that all the time in my lives. I don't care how many people is in here. I just don't want to be in here by myself. It just take one person for me to talk to, and we gonna talk until you understand, until I'm comfortable and I feel like you understand, and then we gonna move on. So as long as you know that about yourself, that you have something to give, and you sound like that you are convicted about this thing that you told us that you are convicted about. And like Kima said, some people don't know their callings and can't voice what their callings are and don't understand their callings. But I heard it very clearly tonight. Very clearly.
Coming into this live, you already started moving.
Yeah.
You didn't give all of us some strength, and
Yeah.
that ain't even part of what we got going on. We didn't got
Right.
strength from you.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You already started moving.
You already took the first step.
That's
That's
right.
it.
I'm definitely gonna start cause I have so many videos. I spend so much of my day. I have a full-time job too. Like Cedric was saying, his cousin. I have a full-time job too. I'm a supervisor for Apple. And so I work full-time on top of having to take my kids to school, take them to daycare, get them from school, get them from daycare, take them to therapy, pick them up from therapy. They all got 2-3 different therapies throughout the week. My kids are picky eaters, so I might make 10 different things today. They might not want none of them.
Yeah.
It's definitely, like I said before, it's definitely a lot. But like Cedric said, him having his cousin who kind of carried the same weight, it's so easy to feel like when you in a place of a lot, like just a lot. And when I say, I got a lot on me, people automatically think about physical.
No.
People don't think about mental. Like my mind is constantly in a mental overload. I'm in a mental overdrive all the time. Like my nervous system is never resting.
Yeah.
So people don't think about it in that aspect. So I feel comforted in here with y'all just to know, like Cedric, I don't know another female that is walking it. I mean, on social media, I do, but just to know, like, I'm not the only one walking around with this. Generally, we all know there's people who have worse things going on with themselves in the world, but it's nothing like knowing that you can talk to a person and you don't have to over explain yourself because they meet you where you at.
Yes.
They meet you where you are.
Yeah.
And that is comforting to me. When I go out in public and I see another mom and they have a child that's like maybe having a meltdown, and I might have like a fidget spinner in my bag that my son not using.
Yeah.
And I can look at their kid and analyze and know for a fact without them telling me their child got autism. I can look at any child and know when they have autism without anybody telling me.
Yeah.
And I can pull that fidget spinner out of my bag and give it to that kid, and that kid just calm down, and that mom looking at me like,
Thank you.
you came over here with that little piece of fidget spinner and it did the magic trick, and I've been in here telling this child for 30 minutes to calm down, be quiet, and be still and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just make me feel so good because my little dollar fidget spinner that I probably ordered off Amazon, I probably ordered 100 of them off Amazon. I just gave you one, and it just made your life so much easier as a mom, because probably for the next 2 hours, that child is probably not even going to bother you because they're going to be so intrigued about that fidget spinner.
Yeah.
You about to grow a whole nation.
I'm trying to tell you.
You better get started. What you waiting on?
What I just heard,
We need you.
you said, I don't know any women that have children with autism. Like, I guess, like maybe in your area or whatnot.
Mhm.
But the thing about it is, your purpose is bigger than your local area. So what, you
Facts.
don't know anybody there, but that's not your design. Your design is to speak to a bigger spectrum, a bigger platform. So your design is maybe media. You meet people here. I swear for God, I'm taking a GLP-1 medication, but before I started taking it, I didn't know anybody that was taking it. I didn't know anybody that was talking about it. I met people in this space and have developed. I met Keisha here, and now we have a relationship from Georgia to Texas. Her husband, Cedric. These are people I met in this space. The followers that I have, baby, they ain't my hometown people. They are not the people I went to college with. These are people in this space from this part of the world to the other side that understand where I'm coming from. So do not limit yourself to your area. Allow God to use you in the space that you can reach, which is the masses. You know what I mean?
And it's needed. It's so needed. It's so needed, friend. It's so needed.
You got 72 people watching you right now.
No, baby, that's not what that means.
Oh,
You got more than that. Come on in.
And I always I always tell, like, I always used to tell my cousin all the time. I got this one
like
cousin,
this.
me and her like to talk about like plans and stuff we want to do. And I mean, it wasn't a joke. It was seriously something I really want to do. And I never really told nobody except for her, but her reaction to it, I never wanted to tell nobody else. But I do want to tell y'all. I always said that once I started to grow within the spectrum of my kids, I always said I want to go someplace and buy a building, like a building big as a hospital. And I want to turn it into, I don't want to call it a daycare, but I want to call it unwired minds.
that's it.
But I want it to be a child care facility, like a daycare. But the only kids who can come to my daycare is kids that are on the spectrum. And I feel like, and I always tell myself, I said, Tanisha, you will be so trusted in that space because other mothers get to see, like, you're not going to trust your kid with somebody who you've never seen interact with kids.
Yeah.
But if you see a mom that has her own kids that have autism and are excelling, you're a little more trusting with letting your kids go sit in that person's care, in that person's space. And I said that if I expand, I wrote this all out as a plan. I said if I expand my move for advocacy for autism, I can get that big facility, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all over the world, facilities where I can make safe spaces for moms with kids with autism, because my 6-year-old has never been to daycare, ever. Why? Because I don't trust nobody with him. And a lot of places are not skilled or trained to be able to handle or deal with. Like, I see so much things on the news, like the lady who put the recording camera in her son's hair and sent him to school. I see so much stuff like that. And people probably be like, girl, you so crazy. You crying about something you saw on the internet. But I'm a mother of the same situation as her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't send my kid to daycare. I have 3 kids, but only one of them goes to daycare because he does not have autism. That's the only reason why I allow him to go to daycare, because he can come home and tell me, Mama, Miss Jackie was mean to me today. You know what I'm saying? My other 2 kids, they can't come home and tell me, Mama, somebody hit me, somebody punched me, somebody slapped me, somebody boxed me. But the great thing about it is it's a skill that I don't know where I got it from. It's like one day God gave me a skill that I can read a person down. You don't even got to say nothing to me. All you got to do is sit beside me. Or just be in my presence in any space. I can read a person down. And because of that, I don't send my kids to daycare where I live in my area, because I've been in every single daycare in my area, and none of them gave me that feel, oh, my kids are going to get abused here. But they also didn't give me that feel, oh, they know how to handle my children and I can trust them with my children. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of know what I want to do, and y'all have definitely encouraged me to this step one, like y'all said. So
Don't
after today, I gotta go step two.
don't tell nobody else the name of the place.
I'm not, because they are stealing and taking.
It sounds amazing. And the name, that's the only thing I'm gonna say before we go.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
tell nobody else
Tell
their
nobody.
name.
That's it.
Don't even
That's
tell
it.
nobody what you're trying to do.
That's it.
Right.
Yep.
That's between you and God.
That's right. Now that
And
that's
you ain't
the
even got to
hustle
know
of it.
how it's gonna come. You ain't even got to know what to do next.
Mhm.
God gonna tell you.
Mhm.
Okay, so Wakia, is it Tanisha? It's Tanisha, right?
Yeah, my middle name is Wakia. I just put
Okay,
Wakia on here, but it's Tanisha.
baby, send me and Kima a DM. I
Okay.
followed you, but this is the Health
Okay,
and
I gotta
Hustle
follow
page.
Kima.
Yes, so that we can follow you back, boo.
And I'm
Okay,
already
I
followed
follow
you too.
everybody.
And
It's
thank you
healthy.
so much for coming up, y'all. This was a great live, y'all. I want to go ahead and end it because I know it is
Definitely.
almost 2. It's like 2 o'clock where you guys
Yes.
are. I
Yes.
stay up all night. I'm a night nerd.
It's almost 10 o'clock over
I'll
here.
be up till about 6 a.m. Okay, because I still got schoolwork to do. I have a discussion to write, but thank you so much for coming up on the panel, baby. I love this discussion, and I love that it ended with you. Wakia, I love that it ended with you. That was such a nice ending to a great conversation. And Cedric, thank you so much. Cedric, every time we come on live, I want you up here. Oh my God, I enjoy you so much, honey, and thank you as well.
Man, this
I know
was
you.
great.
Yeah,
It
it was
was right.
amazing. This is amazing. It's like ministry almost.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so
You
much
just,
fun.
Wakia, you just had church.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
yes. So thank you
It
guys.
definitely feels like it.
Yeah.
You can go to church and get this.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I'm going to upload the last live, and I'm also going to upload this live. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it by Saturday or by Sunday. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. But we're gonna try to plan to do this once a week, y'all, because it's so therapeutic. It's so much fun just talking with everybody, getting the perspective of everybody. And as y'all can see, I do like to have a little itinerary. So if you plan to come up, y'all come up with y'all questions and y'all's topics and stuff like that. But like I said, you know, we love for this to be a safe space for everybody. We want people to feel comfortable. And I love that that we all are respectful of one another and loving on each other. So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop off.
Yeah, thank you so
Wendell,
much.
be safe. Be safe out there.
All right,
It
Sid.
was a pleasure. I'll see y'all next week.
Okay, have a good night.
All right.
Babe, I'm about to call you.
All right.